Here's case number 150 on the calendar in the matter of Langley versus Panuti. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Mrs. Langley, is this your husband?
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Panuti is the girlfriend of your husband's younger brother, and it is your claim that Miss Panuti assaulted you.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Panuti said quite the contrary. It was you who assaulted her, and she is counterclaiming.
Yes, ma'am.
For the same thing. So I'd like you to tell me when this happened, where it happened, and eventually I'm going to try to figure out why this happened. So I know who most of the players are. Husband of plaintiff, boyfriend of defendant, and who are you?
I'm the mother of Christy, Your Honor.
You're her
Christy's
mother?
mother, yes.
Okay, good. Go.
Okay, Your Honor. My husband and I have been together for 16 years, and that would have made John 3 years old when I met my husband. We've had a long history with John. He used to come spend the night.
That's John.
John, yes. Him and his other older brother used to come spend the night at our house all the time. He's a high school dropout. During the time that he knew Christy, he was in alternative school. He dropped out. He doesn't have a steady job. He has stole money from his parents to have a supposed abortion for Christy.
I don't want to go into that history. Do you understand? That's
that's what brings it all to this point today.
All right, well, just let's get there.
Okay. The last of March, 1st of April, my father-in-law kicked John out of the house due to the fact that him and Christy got in a big fight, a brawl in their house, ripped phone cords out of the wall, knocked holes in the wall, and turned furniture over. We also found...
Just a second.
We also found...
Shh, I'm speaking. You have to stop when I'm speaking. Did you have some sort of an argument with your boyfriend?
No, sir.
It's very easy to find out. All I have to do is pick up the phone.
No, ma'am.
Really?
That day,
Any day?
Yes, we've had arguments, Your Honor.
Within a week's period of time, was there a fight?
An argument, yes, ma'am.
Ah, okay. Go ahead.
There was holes knocked in the wall.
Did you see that?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Your Honor, she was not there that day.
What day?
The day that me and my boyfriend got in an argument.
I thought you said there wasn't that kind of a fight, that we just got into an argument.
We did just get into an argument. She was not there. There was no holes in the wall.
She didn't say she was there that day, Miss Panuti.
Okay.
I said, did she see the holes in the wall?
Okay.
You could see that later.
Yes, ma'am.
So don't speak until I speak to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So they had a big argument, and what happened as a result of the argument, Miss Langley?
My husband had to go over there and repair the walls because John or Christy would not.
Is that right, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
During that time, my husband called over to his parents' house looking for his brother. Can I let him speak
Sure.
as far as that
Step
goes?
Up. Around that time, sir, the end of March, the beginning of April.
I called over to the house.
Which house?
My parents' house.
Is that where John was living?
In and out. I mean, my father's been trying to kick him out for almost a year now, but he won't leave. I mean, I was extremely mad. I heard her in the background. Then I blew up. I thought he better get her out of the house before I get there.
What did you hear her say?
I didn't know who I was messing with, that she was going to kick my ass.
Your Honor, that's
kick her.
a lie.
Did you understand what I said to you before?
Yes, ma'am.
What did I say to you before?
Don't speak unless spoken to.
Right. Didn't your mother teach you that?
Yes, ma'am.
Evidently, you didn't learn it too well. Go ahead.
So anyway, she was, I didn't know who I was messing with. She was going to, beat everybody up. And I hung the phone up, got in my truck, and I went to my parents' house. They both left because he knew I meant business when I was coming over there. They were
They left.
Yeah, they left.
Okay. What happened next?
At that time, John left, and he did stay gone for probably 3 weeks. Okay, when he came back on April 17th, him and his father got in an argument again. The police were called. He was told to leave. The father didn't want him there. His mother got upset, didn't want him to leave in that manner.
So the father said, get out, and your mother said you could stay?
Well, actually, my mom told my father to leave because he came home about 11:30 that night drunk. And we sat down
I'm talking about you, not your father.
My dad wanted me to leave, but my mom wanted me to stay.
That's what I just said.
Yes, ma'am.
Stand up. So if your father wanted you to leave, why didn't you leave?
Because my mom wanted me to stay. I had come home about 9:30 that night. My mom was in bed, and I just went in my room, laid down. My dad came home around 11:30.
Just a minute. What were you doing home? You left, and then you just showed up again?
Well, my mom had left out of town on a cruise, and me and my dad, we've never really gotten along.
Well, evidently they didn't want you in the house, and they didn't want your girlfriend in the house. Your brother says you didn't help patch up the holes in the walls that you put in the walls along with your girlfriend. Why didn't you help patch up the holes in the walls?
Well, the holes that he's talking about, there's one in the hallway across.
I don't care where they are. Why? Didn't you fix up the mess? There's no reason.
Yes, ma'am.
You can say there's no reason. If there's no reason, then your father has good reason to say to you, I don't want you in the house. You or your girlfriend. Go find a job.
I have a steady job. I've had a steady job for 8, 9 months now.
Wonderful. If you have a steady job, then go find a place to live so that you're not causing friction between your mother and your father. If you're working, get out. Parents raised you, they supported you, they took care of you. Now it's time to get out and fly on your own. They don't have to be there involved in domestic violence between you and Miss Big Mouth over here. All right. So they came back on April 17th. Father-in-law said, I want him out. Mother said, let him stay, he's my baby. Somehow you got involved with this. You want to tell me how that happened?
Yes, ma'am. My father-in-law, after he wanted my husband to come over that night to help get John to leave, I guess, you know, between him and his wife, they decided we're not going to deal with it tonight. He said, y'all wait and come by in the morning. I have a statement. He has health issues.
I believe that he called you and said, 2 of you come over and see if you can talk to him.
Because I love John.
Okay, so you went over there the next day without your husband. Don't get upset now. You're holding it together really well. Take a deep breath. Good girl.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Just because you can look like that to your mother, I want to tell you something. It doesn't cut anything with me. Your mother thinks of you as her baby. I do not.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Luann Langley says her brother-in-law's fiancée, Christy Panuti, fractured her nose during a fight. Christy says Luann punched her first.
So you went over there?
On my way to work. He had left the back door open for us. My father-in-law had.
That's a lie. That is a lie. Because I had, before I left, my mom, may I speak? I'm sorry. Before I had left, I'm used to them coming up. I've gotten out of the shower in the morning, she's sitting on the couch watching TV, eating her lunch.
Listen to me. There is no question in my mind that your father asked them to come over to talk to you about getting out. And if I called him and asked him, he would tell me that he did. Do we understand each other?
Yes, ma'am.
I went in the back door. I went to his bedroom. I banged on the door and told him to get up and come out and talk to me. He started cussing the moment from his bedroom, coming out and started shoving me back down the hallway, telling me that I better get out of there, that I wasn't supposed to be there, and he was going to call the police. He went to the kitchen and picked up the phone and would dial the 911.
All right, you got angry and you pulled out the phone. I
Correct.
got it.
Okay. During all this, after he had gone back to his parents' bedroom, the same thing happened back there. He ran outside. I went and stood by the garage door and was watching him. At that time, I had no idea that Christy was there because to my idea, she had been told repeatedly she was not welcome there. John sneaks her into his bedroom at night after his parents have gone to sleep.
Sounds right.
Through his front window. They sleep all day while his parents are gone to work, having to work to pay his tickets, his lawyer fees. I have both of their criminal records here.
So you had no idea she was there?
I had no idea she was there. At that moment, she came out of his bedroom cussing and yelling at me that I better get the out of there, that she was going to kick my fat white. I started walking towards her and told her, no, you're the one that needs to get out of here. You've been told by the police and by my in-laws that you're not supposed to be here. That's when she sucker punched me on the left side of my face and fractured my nose and caused me to have to go have a surgical procedure done to straighten my nose.
Good. Stop. Now, you had come home after being gone for 3 weeks, according to your sister-in-law. You weren't with Christy, were you, when you were away?
I went and got her the next morning.
Oh, okay.
On the way to work. I went and got her because she was staying at a friend's house up the road. I brought her back.
I don't believe you! Do you understand me? You may get your mother to believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe that bright and early in the morning you would already gotten out of bed to go and get her at a friend's house. I believe that she slept there all night.
She did not.
Your Honor, he came and got me at 7:30 in the morning because my car was broken down and I needed a ride to work.
Then what were you doing in his bedroom?
I was getting ready for work, Your Honor.
You just told me your car broke down. You needed a ride to work.
My car was already in. My car was in the shop, Your Honor, and that's why he came to pick me up from a friend's house because I needed a ride to work, Your Honor.
I still don't understand why you're in his bedroom.
Because
you
I
get
was
ready
getting
to go to
ready.
work. You say, "Come and pick me up to go to work." He takes you to work. What are you doing in the bedroom?
He asked me to go back to his house so he could finish getting ready for work.
You're a liar. You're a liar. Make sure that you understand that what you say to me makes sense. You see, if it doesn't make sense, it's not true. Do you understand that, John?
Yes, ma'am.
Just because you can look like that to your mother, I want to tell you something. It doesn't cut anything with me. Your mother thinks of you as her baby. I do not. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. So your sister-in-law came and she banged on the door.
She gained entry through the garage for one.
I don't care how she gets. You don't belong there. Your father, who pays the bills, told you to leave.
Who also came home drunk the night before.
That's not your business. That's not your business. Your business is to be out living on your own. Your business is not to be in the house creating problems between your parents. I believe that she got in as an invited guest of the owner of the house. That ain't you. So now she's in, banging at the door. I'm telling you to get out of bed and open the door.
Well, actually, she banged on the door, and I opened the door, and she grabbed me by my shirt here, pulled me out into the hall, started yelling at me, "You need to get the F out, blah, 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 blah." And I was like, you know, took her hand off me. I was like, "I'm calling the police." I went to the kitchen, picked up the phone, dialed 911. She pulled the phone out of the wall. I went to the computer line in our den, picked it up, dialed 911. She grabbed it and ripped it completely out of the wall. So I run back to my mom's room, pick up the phone, do the same thing, 911. She was back there right behind me on my heels, pulls it out the wall. We go back out into the living room. We're having a verbal confrontation. That's when Christy steps out of the room. She's like, "Luann, you need to please leave." Luann
Just a
runs past
minute.
me.
Are you telling me that Miss Potty Mouth over here says you have to please leave? Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, ma'am. Because we're sitting here fighting in the room.
Okay. So Prissy came out and said, "Luann, you have to please leave." Just a minute. Please continue.
Okay,
Please
she was
continue.
like, "You need to please leave." Luann ran past me back down the hall where Christy was standing and knocked her on the ground.
And I told her I was pregnant, Your Honor, before she assaulted me and knocked me down on my stomach when I'm
She
pregnant.
continued
I'm
lying.
5
She's not
months
lying.
pregnant.
We have proof of pregnancy right here.
I told her
Proof
that
of
I was
pregnancy,
pregnant,
that she
Your
was
Honor,
pregnant
and
at the time.
she pulled me down and started hitting me in my head, Your Honor, and pulling my hair, and I tried to get her off of me, Your Honor. She got off of me, and I went to the kitchen, and she knocked me into the karaoke cabinet, broke all of John's mom's things, and bit me. I have proof of pictures right here that she bit me and assaulted me, Your Honor.
Please continue.
She's been harassing me.
They've been harassing us for over a year.
She took this
He came
picture.
to take me to probation one morning, took this off our
He
kitchen
didn't take
counter.
you where?
To probation. I was on 6 months probation.
For what?
It was a
Drugs, Your Honor.
possession of a dangerous
I
drug,
have
but
their
I've passed
criminal
every
record.
UA and I've done everything that I've...
Just answer my questions.
I'm sorry, possession of dangerous drugs.
What kind of drugs?
It was...
Cocaine.
No, it was
and
not
a
cocaine.
dangerous drug.
I didn't speak to you.
I'm sorry.
What happened was back in I believe...
What kind of drugs?
It was something for seizures that some friend had given me 4 months prior, and I had it in my wallet. But I do not do that. I've never done that.
Well, maybe.
Well, you see, Your Honor, they've taken the doorknob off my bedroom door so I can't lock my door. They're in my room, taking my possessions, like they took this picture,
And wrote on the
scribbled
back.
her face out,
And put it
wrote
in
a
my
threatening
mailbox,
note,
Your
and put it in
Honor.
her mailbox.
Are you still pregnant, by the way?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
She's 5 months
how
pregnant.
wonderful. How wonderful. I'm sure your mother is absolutely delighted. Isn't that right?
Actually, Your Honor, I am. I'm very proud of her. She's done very well.
She has, really?
Yes, she
Can I
has
see
been
her
doing
arrest
very well.
record?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I see it, please?
She's been charged with an
I didn't
assault.
speak.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me, you
I
tried
didn't
to bomb
speak.
my building at work, lady?
These are the
Ma'am,
arrest
she was
records.
arrested that day for disrupting a 911 call.
No, ma'am, I was
didn't
not
speak
arrested.
to you. I didn't speak to anybody. I said
went
I
to
want to
court
see
yesterday.
her arrest record. Do you have it or
Yes,
not?
ma'am. Here's the arrest record right here.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's it. I just want to see what Mom's proud of.
I'm proud of her that she's a changed person, Your Honor. She's done things wrong. She was young and stupid, and she knows that.
You mean
But at
getting-
least she's
you
not
mean-
42
You
and
mean,
still stupid.
You mean getting pregnant without being married and having no future and not
engaged,
having
Your
a
Honor.
job? Engaged is not married.
No, ma'am, I'm not proud of that.
Okay.
do
Well, I
believe
just
in
asked you.
marriage.
Well, we have one prior assault. She pled guilty to a misdemeanor.
And she's been arrested for assault, too, Your Honor.
No, ma'am, I have not.
I didn't ask you anything. You see, when you speak out like this, the statement that old John here makes, that you came out into the living room and said, "Luann, you better get out of here and stop that." You see why that is really hard for me to come to terms with? Who's Candace?
A young lady that me and a couple other girls got into a confrontation with, Your Honor. But what does that have to do with this case, Your Honor?
No, it has nothing to do with the case until your mother brought up the fact that she's real proud of you. I want to see what you've done to make her so proud. Then you had delivery of a controlled substance. What's that?
That's dismissed, Your Honor.
That was cocaine. Then we have January of 2003, you pled guilty to something, and your probation was revoked, and you were put in jail for 30 days.
No, ma'am, I was not. I had to do work release for 15 days.
What were you found guilty of?
Because I didn't complete my community service.
And that was for possession of marijuana?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, may I speak?
Were you there?
The day of incident?
Yes.
No, but I can tell you what she's done prior to.
And there's a picture.
And even since when
she's
she's
harassed me, Your Honor.
Listen to me. If she doesn't,
on a certified letter.
If she's not quiet, then we have to put her out.
I heard you.
Good.
Your Honor, may I say something?
No.
But they've been harassing us, too. We have proof they've been harassing us. She wrote you on the
Listen to me.
on the certified
Listen to
letter
me.
we sent to file the counterclaim.
Listen to me.
This is bull. It is.
John, get a life of your own.
I wish
like
they
get a
would. They
line.
take my doorknob off my door. They go through my personal possessions. What right do they have?
Not his door.
Just a sec. What?
It's my parents' door. It's not his door.
Just a second.
But what
He
right do you have to
doesn't-
take
he
my
doesn't-
doorknob to your house, then Mom has to go get it 2 months later? What right do you have, Joseph?
John, if you live on your own and take care of yourself, then you have rights. Do you want to know what I would tell my children if they lived in my house? I own the air you breathe. You have no rights in my house. You don't have the right even to be here if you're over 18. You live here and you stay here at my will. You work, you're a big enough man to have made a baby, then be a big enough man to live on your own, to take care of your responsibilities, to support your responsibilities, and not to be a drain on your family.
I'm not a drain. I buy
You
my
are
own food. I buy my own food at my parents' house. I don't eat their food, I swear. All I do is stay there.
Stand up, sir. I understand that you have a problem. If he's still staying at your parents' house, you probably still have a problem. Mother probably feels a little guilty. Father says, I can't take him anymore. I can't look at him. I can't take him. I could understand that. Because he thinks because he buys his own food, then he's supporting himself. He's not
No,
supporting
I don't
I'm
think
speaking.
that.
He's not supporting himself because when you support yourself, you pay rent, you pay gas, electric, cable, you buy your own food, you have your own health insurance, you don't make a baby until you can afford it. You certainly don't make a baby while you're living in your parents' house. But I'm going to suggest to you that your peace depends upon you staying out of it. Your parents are not old and senile. They're probably young-ish.
I'm 60.
That's young, sweetheart. That's young. They can take care of themselves. Butt out. If they get fed up enough, they're going to put them both out. And it's not up to you anymore. Plaintiff is suing for $1,500 for her injury and for pain and suffering. She's entitled to that judgment. For the plaintiff, your counterclaim's dismissed. That's all.
Yeah, this is case number 130 on the calendar in the matter of Berry versus Garrett. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
All right, reading your complaint, Miss Berry, is like reading one of those little mini novels. Let me see if I can explain to my friend Bird over here what I think happened. You and Mr. Garrett were involved as boyfriend and girlfriend for a period of time. Then you broke up. After you broke up, you continued to have some contact with him. So far, am I correct?
Yes.
Where were you living?
In Las Vegas.
And where was he living?
Studio City, California.
And while you were dating, you would go to him for a weekend, he would come to you for a weekend, but after you broke up, on Valentine's Day, you decided to go to visit him.
Correct.
Did you call him first?
Yes.
What did you say to him when you said, oh, it's Valentine's Day, I want to come and see you?
It wasn't so much of an issue as it being Valentine's Day. It was just the weekend, and I called him and told him I was on my way out there.
And what did he say?
At first, we were not getting along very well, so at first he was kind of like, no. But then as the week went on, he was like, go ahead and come out here. And then I called him and told him my friend was going to come with us, and that's when he was like, no, she doesn't need to come. But, I told her that's fine. She can come. And
Just a second. So first he said, don't come. And then you called again, and you schmoozed him again, and he finally said, okay, you can come.
Right.
And then you said, I'm on my way, I'm coming with a girlfriend. Right?
Yes. Yeah.
And he was annoyed.
Right.
So you get to his house, and there's a bit of a disagreement, because according to his answer, you were on the phone when he came home from work or something, and you were on the phone with a fella, right?
Right.
And he was annoyed. You were annoyed.
Correct.
Because you felt as if she was sort of using you.
Correct.
You didn't write that in here, but I sort of pieced that together.
Okay.
This is all leading up to what this lawsuit is about. But you understand, Bert, that I'm just getting you there.
So far, I'm following you.
So far, you're following. So, they're not really in a relationship, but sometimes maybe. She gives him a tease. She says, I want to come out. He said, no, yeah, please, let me come out. Okay, I'm on my way, and I'm with my friend. What's her name?
Argina.
Argina. Who's Argina? What do I need an Argina here for on Valentine's Day weekend, right? You and I are going to cozy up on Valentine's Day. Who needs Argina? Comes with Argina. He's really annoyed. He leaves, comes home. Not only does he come home, he finds her on the telephone talking, schmoozing it up with a guy. He is really annoyed. And you broke her
cell phone.
Right. So that's item numero uno.
Right.
Broken cell phone. How much is the cell phone?
I had insurance on it, so it was only $35. I had to pay this Sprint $35 insurance.
Great. $35 on the plaintiff's side. Then, after he broke the cell phone, the two of you got into sort of a shouting match, and you and your friend, Argina, took off. According to your complaint, you took off, and you also took the house keys.
Right.
You say that he went and followed you and was chasing you all over the place.
He was.
Backed into your car, causing damage to your car, and you want him to pay for the damage that he caused to your car. That's what your lawsuit is. Cell phone, damage to your car. Mr. Garrett says that after you had this argument and he was so furious that he broke your cell phone and you took off, it was very late at night, right?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock in the morning. Mr. Garrett says after you left, he got hungry. Right, Mr. Garrett?
Yep.
So you went out in search of food. You were foraging for food.
Well, it was around 11 o'clock. Everything happened at 1, but yeah, around 11 o'clock. I just got home, remember. Go ahead.
And serendipitously, you found her.
Yep.
Pick it up from there, Mr. Garrett.
All right. I can pick it up from there, although some of the things that were said weren't totally true, but I'll pick it up from there. Okay, so I'm driving down the street. I see her crossing the intersection. I'm looking at her. I want my keys. She's not giving me my keys.
She's crossing the intersection. She's in her car, you're in yours. How do you convey to her, Mr. Garrett, that you want your keys?
I just looked at her, and she looked at me, and she laughed and peeled out.
So that's how you conveyed to her that you want my keys.
Well, I think she knows I want my keys.
Shh, don't tell me what you think she knows.
Okay.
So you conveyed nothing to her. So she's peeling out, and what did you do?
Followed her.
You chased her.
Yes. Well, in the beginning, I followed her because it seemed to me that she was going to my house because the street that she turned off of was heading back to my house. So,
so at the beginning you were following. When did it turn into a chase, Mr. Garrett?
When she didn't turn on my street.
And then what happened? So then you knew she wasn't coming back to your house.
When she didn't turn on my street and got to the light, I stopped at my street. She went all the way to the end and quickly hit the corner. So I sped up to the corner and I saw her at the other corner. And
why?
Because she had my only set of keys to my other car and my house.
So you're chasing her at this point, instead of going back to your house and calling 911 and well, going to the local precinct and saying, listen, this woman took my keys. She has my only set of keys with her. I know she's going to be back because she's got stuff in my house, and I don't want to be there to be any problem.
She didn't have any. She took all her things with her, so I figured she was gone. And when I noticed that my keys were gone, I left the house.
I didn't take all my stuff with me because we went back the next day.
So you were chasing her, and you were both traveling pretty quickly. And then what happened, Mr. Garrett?
Well, when the chase ended, I got out the car. I told her to give me my keys. She said, no, I'm not going to give you your keys. I'll go to your house. Let's just go to your house because you're not going to let me in type thing. So we proceeded to go to my house. Once again, she did not turn on my street. She headed for the freeway. She headed for the freeway. So I sped up in front of her and stopped at the freeway entrance. I wasn't going to get on the freeway. I just stopped there. She backed up. And where she backed up is at a park. She backed up, I backed up.
And that's how you both dented your cars.
I believe.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's how you both dented your cars.
Well, that's how he backed into my car, and so I turned to try to get away from him. He backed up again, and that's how.
What were you doing with his keys?
We took them so we could get back in.
You took them?
Yeah, I took them.
He didn't give them to you. You took them?
No. He was in the room with the door locked with all the house phones and everything. He
I don't
took
care.
and locked them in the room. So
I don't care.
We
It's
left.
House.
Shh. You stole his keys.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Doesn't have a lot of friends.
I don't need a lot of friends.
Just checking your, your directory. You only
ahead.
know 4 people.
Yeah, I know.
And later today,
You also play a werewolf.
Correct.
You weren't going to see a performance of Snow White.
No, Your Honor.
You were going to the haunted house because you wanted to be,
Scared.
and you were.
Scared.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Natasha Berry says ex-boyfriend Patrick Garrett broke her cell phone and rammed her car in a fit of rage. Patrick says Natasha took advantage of him.
So, did you also key his car?
No, I did not do that.
You say that you keyed your car. What proof do you have that, other than this damage, these 2 smashed cars that I now have, which comes to me, as far as I'm concerned, under the category of both of you deserved it. You stole his keys. You wanted to get him back. You both acted inappropriately. You could have just as easily have gone to the police station and say, I have this nut following me. I want to give him back his keys. I don't want him to follow me anymore, and I just want to go get my stuff. Instead, you were playing with each other. So the only thing you're lucky about is that nobody else got hurt with regard to your antics. So you can both pretty much fix your own cars. Now, you want to show me, prove to me
I
that she
agree.
keyed your car?
Well, the car wasn't keyed before she came to my house. And after this incident happened, the car's keyed. That's the only proof I have besides showing you pictures of the keyed car.
Can I see the pictures, just my own information?
Well, I have it in my phone. Is that?
I don't care where it is. I don't care if it's your phone and your ear. I don't care where it is. Just let me see the picture of the keyed car.
You can just thumb through it, but that's one scratch.
Press that button and that advances it.
Doesn't have a lot of friends.
I don't need a lot of friends.
Just checking your, your directory. You only
ahead.
know 4 people.
Yeah, I know.
Mr. Garrett,
Yes, ma'am.
listen to me, sir. In all likelihood, Miss Berry did, in fact, key your car. Unfortunately, the fact that she may have had a motive to do that and an opportunity to do it isn't enough in a court. Now, I have to think about what to do to the 2 of you who could have killed somebody, and you're driving around that February 14th weekend because you were both acting foolish. I wish there was something I could do to you and for you. There isn't, unfortunately. The only thing I can do to you is say, you will fix your own car because you acted like a fool, and you will fix your own car because you acted like a fool. Does that sound fair?
That's what I said.
Perfect. Goodbye. Oh, and $35 for her. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She wasn't my girlfriend. I didn't invite her down. She just showed up at the crib, so.
Lynn Welliver is suing her former friend, Craig Nichols, for a truck loan, plus interest, and for making physical threats.
Mr. Nichols, let's start with you, sir. The plaintiff was a friend of yours. You had been friends for a while, according to what I read in your papers.
Yes, ma'am.
She was married and recently divorced. When the plaintiff divorced, she and her former husband had a landscaping business, or were trying to start a landscaping business. She decided she wanted to continue with that business. You were not employed gainfully at the time, or at least only marginally employed at the time, so you thought you might go into this business with her.
Yes, ma'am.
So far, is that a reasonable statement?
For the most part.
That's all I need for the most part. According to the plaintiff, she made a loan to you so that you could purchase a truck to be used in the business. And you purchased a truck that you put in your name. So far, is that correct?
Everything except that she did not loan me the money.
It is your claim that she made an investment in the business because the truck was to be used for the business. That's what
Which
you
is
say.
not entirely true.
That's what you say here.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good. And then the business fell apart.
It did.
Who has the truck?
I do.
You have to sell it if I find that that's what happened. Because if she made an investment in the business and you did or did not put in any money in the truck,
I did put money in the truck,
You
but
did?
not
Just a second.
willfully.
Hey, listen, you're never going to get one step ahead. I know that you're thinking about what you're going to say now and how this is going to come out. All you have to think about is answering my questions truthfully. Do we understand each other, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Either she made a loan to you or it was an investment in the business.
Actually, it was a loan to him,
Hey,
like 100%.
One more time, and I say goodbye to you, and the case is over.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Lynn Welliver says former friend Craig Nichols owes for a truck loan and for making physical threats. Craig claims the truck was a gift.
How much money did you put into the truck?
Roughly $1,000.
Good. And how much money, according to you, did the plaintiff put into this truck as a business investment?
She paid $4,000 for the truck.
So you put in 1,000, she put in 4,000. So far, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And how long have you had the truck?
Roughly a year.
Now, what happens to a business, Mr. Nichols, when the business goes south? What do you think happens to the assets of the business?
Normally, they would probably be liquidated.
Correct. That's very smart. That's what happens with the assets of a business. And once the assets of a business are liquidated, Mr. Nichols, what happens to the proceeds of that liquidated merchandise?
I would assume they would go to pay off the debts that the business had standing.
Or the investors. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now you have, according to you, a small interest in that truck. Because according to you, you put down $1,000 as your investment in the business. And she put down $4,000 as the investment in the business. Now, why would you think that you get to keep the truck?
Well, the truck was actually a gift that was given to me
That's not
for
what you
personal
said.
and business use.
That's not what you say in your answer. You see, you're trying to think ahead of the game, sir. You'll never be ahead of the game. You want me to read what you wrote in your answer? What you swore to?
That's
Would you like
not
me to do that?
necessary, ma'am. That's not necessary.
So, now, either she made a loan to you or it was an investment in the business.
Actually, it was a
I'm
loan
not
to
speak-
him,
Hey,
like 100%.
One more thing, one more time, and I say goodbye to you, and the case is over. Do we understand each
Yes,
other?
yes.
One more time. Now I've warned you twice.
Okay.
It is either one of two things, Mr. Nichols. It was either a loan for the balance of the truck, or it was an investment in the business, which is what you swore to in your answer. Which one was it?
Well, initially, it was an investment in the business, but when the business didn't go anywhere, I assumed that I would pay her the rest of the money for the truck because she is my friend, and that would be the right thing to do.
I'm not interested in what you think is the right thing to do, sir. If initially it was an investment in the business, it has to be sold. Now you understand?
I understand what you're saying.
It has to be sold because that was an asset of the business, and she gets a piece of it, and you get a piece of it. Now do we understand each other? I believe you when you say that the truck was used for the business, and the business did not succeed, and therefore the assets of the business have to be liquidated and shared among the investors.
With all due respect, Your Honor, the truck is in my name, so I feel like I can do whatever I want with it.
Well, I'm going to cut an order to the Department of Motor Vehicles to put her name on the title. You understand me, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
And then you can figure out what you're going to do with this truck, because then she's going to own a piece of it. As a matter of fact, I may direct that the Department of Motor Vehicles transfer title to her, and then she can sell it and she can give you back your piece. We understand each other now, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
You get it?
Can I please
You'll
speak?
get no.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Have you been cheated? Go to judgejudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
Now, you're getting the truck. I'm going to cut an order
it's
to the
actually
Department of
the
Motor
loan.
Vehicles. Listen to me. Was the truck used
And
for
the
the
truck-
business?
No, 100% it was never used for the business. Not once. Because the
I'm
business
cutting an
never
order
happened.
that you have title to the truck, take it, sell it, and take back your investment and give him his portion.
What needs to be done is I need my money back for the loan because the truck is now not worth what we paid for it.
What we paid, you're absolutely right. That's what happens when you liquidate assets.
But the truck was never it never ended up being used for business. It was only...
That's what it was purchased for.
It was only an idea in the beginning.
Listen to me, my dear. That's what the order is going to be. You're going to get exactly what you're entitled to, which is a return on your investment. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
You do understand. I know you understand. That's what's going to happen. Truck is going to be turned over to you. You can sell it unless he wants to sell it. And if he wants to sell it, the two of you can cooperate in selling it. Put it on Craigslist. Advertise it in a newspaper. Sell it. You take back your little piece that you invested. She's going to take back a much bigger piece because that's what she invested in your business. We understand each other?
I understand you.
Perfect. That's
I don't
all.
think you've heard the full facts of the case, though.
Well, if he listen, he has a choice.
Because the
he has
facts, I mean, it
his
shouldn't be
choice.
based
Listen to
upon
me.
the business.
Listen to me. It's his choice. If he wants to give you the money that you claim was a loan, which I don't think was a loan. I think it was a bit. He can do that. My order is going to be to motor vehicles to turn the title into your name so that you can sell it and recoup part of your investment in your landscaping business. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out. That's case number 255 on the calendar in the matter of Pasker versus Johnson.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated.
Mr. Pasker, the defendant is your former girlfriend.
Indeed.
And it is your claim primarily that she damaged your car. You also say she's responsible for the loss of your prescription eyeglasses. Miss Johnston says that you placed her in danger, which is why all those things happened. So I'm going to you, Miss Johnson, because I read his complaint. I read your answer. So I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
Why don't you start by telling me the date of this incident?
It was April 15th this year.
I'm listening.
It started off by...
Keep your voice up and look at me.
We were arguing because he lied to me about an ex-girlfriend of his.
How did you find out about the lie?
He actually told me by accident.
What did he tell you?
He told me that he spoke with her.
He said, I spoke to my ex-girlfriend.
Well, he told me where she worked, and I asked, well, how did you know where she worked?
And he said?
He lied. He said, oh, someone told me. I heard it through someone else. I said, that's not true. I told him to stop lying because I knew he was lying. I could hear it in his voice.
And where were you when you had this conversation?
I was on break at work.
And where was he?
I think he was just at home. I'm not really
So you
sure.
were talking to him on the telephone?
Yeah.
So you were arguing?
Yeah, I just basically kept trying to get it out of him. Like, you're lying. Don't lie to me. I'm not stupid.
Okay, so that's a very lovely conversation you're having on the phone at break from work.
Yeah.
Next!
And after that, I got off the phone and went back to work. He said we'd talk about it later. We had plans to go shopping together, so we went to talk about it then. And after I got off work, he met me at my house, and we got in my car. We were arguing some more.
No, he wasn't arguing with you. You were arguing with him.
Well, we were arguing with each other. We were arguing back and forth.
You were saying, stop lying to me, and he says, I'm not lying.
Well, at this point, he was telling me why he talked to her. Like, at this point, he confessed to talking to her.
So then he confessed that he talked to her.
At this point.
Just a second. And what did he tell you was the reason that he was talking to her?
He felt that he just needed to get it off his chest. We had just found out I was about 5 months pregnant at the time, and this is an ex-girlfriend, serious relationship. He wanted to let her know about the baby.
So far, is that right?
Correct.
Go.
We were arguing in the car back and forth. He was telling me his side of the story. He started getting into details about his feelings for her and why he felt like he needed to let it go. And I didn't want to hear about his feelings at the time. I just wanted to know why he called her, and I didn't need the details about his feelings.
Go ahead.
He told me to let him out the car. I let him out the car.
So now you're fighting, and he said, stop the car. I want to get out of the car.
Yes.
Because I read these papers very carefully that the two of you submitted.
Okay.
You stopped the car and let him out. Now the argument is over. Let's go.
I didn't want it to end like that, so I turned my car around, and I told him to get back in the car. Come on, let's figure it out. Let's talk about it.
He was tired of arguing with you.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to get back into the car.
No, he didn't.
And he did not get back into the car.
No, he didn't.
Right, because he had had enough arguing. He didn't want to fight with you anymore. He wanted it to be finished.
Yeah.
You weren't finished.
Well, we actually...
You weren't finished.
No, I wasn't finished at all.
Right. At that point, you weren't finished. Keep going.
I got to my house. He was walking. It was a long walk.
He was going to where?
He was going back to my house to get his car.
Because that's where he left his
car.
So he was going to his car. Go ahead.
I stayed outside my house. It was getting dark. I kept texting him and calling him to make sure he was okay and make sure it was he was walking for like an hour and a half, it seemed like. Once I saw him pull off He had been drinking at the time, so...
Once you saw him...
Get his car and leave.
He got into his car, and he left your house.
Yes.
So now the argument is over.
Yeah, it's over.
And you're 5 months pregnant, and it's dark. So
Yes.
what do you do?
He had been drinking, and because although we were arguing...
When was he drinking?
He had got a couple of drinks when he was out with his friends before he came to
So
me.
that was before he came to pick you up. And now he's had an hour and a half walk back, according to you, to the car. So whatever couple of drinks he had are finished, out of his system. So now he gets in the car and he drives away. Go ahead.
Well, I followed him, and...
You followed him, and what happened? You followed him to where?
I didn't know where he went. I called him because when I was following him, he almost crashed like 3 times. And
so you're following him. You're tailing him in your car.
Yes.
So you were waiting outside for him in your car. And he gets in his car. He's driving. You don't know where. Ultimately, he has to stop.
Yes.
Where did he stop?
I didn't know. I called him, and I told him that I didn't want to argue with him and that I just wanted him to give me his keys so he didn't get hurt. And he agreed, and we met downtown outside of
downtown where?
In Columbus.
He agreed to give you the keys to his car, so you drove to downtown Columbus?
No, he agreed to meet me.
No way.
He agreed to meet me.
He agreed to meet. That's better. He agreed to meet you. Where did he meet you?
He was at a bar in the parking lot.
He drove to a bar and went in.
Yeah.
Not with you.
No.
You were outside.
Correct.
You follow him downtown. He goes into a bar.
Well, I didn't follow him downtown.
Yes, you did. You told me you were following him. Now, at some point, you may have lost him, and he told you where he would be, but you were following him.
Yeah, I was.
Now we're going to stop with you, and now we're going to Mr. Pasker, because now the scene is set. How long had you been in the bar, sir, before you saw her?
I had been at the bar for a good 5 to 10 minutes.
Now, Mr. Pasker, you want to tell me what happened when you were in the bar?
When I was at the bar, I received text messages from her saying she was in the parking lot, she was by my car, and that she wanted to talk.
Go ahead.
She told me she wouldn't leave until I came out and talked to her. So I was like, okay, I'll go talk. Went outside to talk to her, and it was the same story. I tried telling her, talking to her. She wasn't having it.
Were your voices like your voice is with me now, or was she yelling, or were you yelling?
Well, at this point, the argument was a little heated, so there was yelling.
He was yelling. I was not yelling. I was crying.
Just a second. You should have stayed home.
I should have.
You're smart enough to be 5 months pregnant at age 21.
I should
Then you're smart enough to stay home. You were looking to either get him to come home or for a confrontation. That's why you followed him.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She picks up a rock with 2 hands and throws it at my windshield while I'm in the car.
How does windshield get broken?
Actually, his story is all mixed up.
How did his windshield get broken?
I threw the rock because he was attacking me.
And later today,
he continued to be a thief, according to you. And you let him. And you let him. Yes, you did. All you have to do in 2008, when you find out that he's a thief, is change your PIN number.
Well, that happened.
That's very interesting.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Robert Pasker III says ex-girlfriend Whitney Johnson owes for denting his car hood, smashing his windshield, and throwing away his glasses in a fit of anger.
Go ahead.
So the argument kept going, and it started to turn really irrational. It got to the point where there was no point for me to even try to communicate. There was no communication. She wasn't accepting it.
I got it.
So I told her I was done. I walked away. I started to walk back to the bar. I have a keychain that has a car alarm that vibrates when my car is disturbed. It started going off, so I walked back out to my car. My car door was open, but she parked her car around the other side of the parking lot. So I closed my car door and I go back to the bar. So I'm at the bar for maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and I just go back out to see if she's still there. I wasn't having a good time, and I probably shouldn't have done that, but I did go back out there. And when she saw me, she started laughing at me. I went up to her, and I told her to leave. We got into an argument again. She punched me in my chest, and I pushed her. And that's when she pulled out her pepper spray. And I told her at least twice, don't pepper spray me. Do not pepper spray me. And she pepper sprayed me. So at this point, I turned around. My eyes were burning. I was wearing glasses so I could still see. And I know this wasn't the right thing to do, but at this point, she had tried to destroy me verbally and even physically. I turned around and I swung at her.
Not the right thing to do.
Not the right thing to do at all.
When you swung at her, did you connect?
I really don't. I have no recollection of connecting with her.
He did.
Where?
In my back, twice.
Well, you swung. She says you swung at her on her back, so she must have been turned around.
Either that or turning. I don't know. Like I said, I have no recollection of connecting with those punches.
Okay, go ahead.
So my glasses fall to the ground. She goes, she picks up the glasses, she throws them across the parking lot. So I go and I snatch her keys and I snatch her phone. And
Where did you snatch her keys and phone from?
Her hand.
They were both in her hand?
Yes.
Where was the pepper spray?
You know, it may have been on the ground. I never thought about that.
It was in my hand. He took it from me.
Well, you were carrying your phone and your keys in your other hand?
Yeah, I was trying to leave.
Just don't tell me what you were trying to. Just answer my question.
Yeah,
you should have left. There wasn't a question of leaving. You shouldn't have been there.
I shouldn't have.
You shouldn't have been there. Right. Go ahead.
So at this point, I snatched her keys and her phone as collateral for my glasses, and I told her she wasn't going to
As collateral for your glasses, which are now across the parking lot.
Yes. I told her she wasn't going to get them back until she went and gave me my glasses. So I did. I pushed her, told her to get my glasses. She goes over to my glasses and throws them over the building. So at this point, I'm just, there's nothing else for me to do, so I walk away. She picks up a rock, she follows me, she throws it at me, she misses me.
That is not what happened.
Don't speak now.
It hits my car. It caused a dent in my hood. I get to my car, she picks up another rock, and she follows me. I chase her around my car because she's coming towards my car with this rock. She runs to my passenger side window and tries to bust it with this rock, but it didn't break. I have Herculite windows. So she runs off. I get in my car. I'm blinded at this point. I put my key in my ignition. I'm trying to turn my car on. She picks up a rock with two hands and throws it at my windshield while I'm in the car.
And did that break the windshield?
It busted it. It didn't shatter, but it froze the glass.
What do you mean it froze the glass?
I have pictures here if you'd like
I'd
to see.
I'd like to see it. Got it. You have an estimate for a new windshield?
Yes, I paid $304.
I'd like to see it. How does windshield get broken?
Actually, his story is all mixed up.
How did his windshield get broken?
I threw the rock because he was attacking me.
He wasn't attacking you if he was in the...
No, he was.
Listen to me. He wasn't attacking you if he was in the car.
He wasn't in the car.
So you threw the rock...
He was behind me.
Just a second. So you threw the rock at his windshield because he was attacking you.
And I was trying to get away.
And you threw the rock at his windshield because why?
To distract him.
To distract him. Good. Then you were responsible for his windshield. $304 because you wouldn't have been there were it not for the fact that you were hysterical, angry, jealous, hormone-filled, 5 months pregnant, and wanted him back.
I was there because to make sure he was okay, not to argue.
No way. No way. That's what you said in your answer, and I'm telling you that's a no way. Because when you followed him in your car from your house when he got into his car, after he had walked, according to you, an hour and a half to get to your house, he was not drunk.
He sure drove like it.
He was not drunk.
Okay.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today...
How do you think he got your PIN number?
He got my PIN number from times when we were in the car together. He was in the driver's seat. I hand my card over. That's how. I didn't think he would remember it. I trusted him.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Robert Pasker III says ex-girlfriend Whitney Johnson owes for denting his car hood, smashing his windshield, and throwing away his glasses in a fit of anger.
You have a bill for your glasses?
I do. I also have the bill for the dent on my hood from the rock that she threw.
Yeah, let me see it.
I never threw a rock at his car. I picked up a rock, and he took it out of my hand and tossed it to the side. There was never 2 rocks thrown.
There were 2 rocks thrown.
No.
I believe there were. Did you have your baby?
I did.
Boy or a girl?
Girl.
When was the last time the plaintiff saw her?
Maybe a few days before we came here.
Where did he see her?
At my house.
Pay child support, sir?
No, not yet.
Why not?
A paternity test is pending.
Did you take a paternity test?
We did. We weren't married at the time of conception, so I thought it was wise.
No, I understand that.
Yeah.
But you took the paternity test?
Yes.
And you did?
Mm-hmm.
And your daughter did?
Yes.
And you're waiting the results?
Yes.
Great. You owe him $1,078. Thank you very much. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He was in my face, and actually I took it out, and he said, "Oh, really, you're going to pepper spray me?"
You know, she's a sweet girl, and that's the first time I've seen her act that way.
And I told him, if you make me, I will.
I do feel that her and her hormones had something to do with it.
Yeah, I got arrested.
She also has to learn how to deal with her anger.
I'm not worried about it. I know he's the father.
I'm pretty sure that's my daughter. I know it's my daughter.
We could just be parents, civilized parents.
We're going to raise a wonderful daughter.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Denny versus Morris. Step forward.
20-year-old Brittany Denny is suing her ex-boyfriend, 25-year-old Matthew Morris, for stealing money from her bank account, a loan for bail, and harassment.
Yes, Denny, the defendant is your ex-boyfriend, and the real thrust of your complaint is that he stole money out of your bank accounts on 2 different occasions.
Yes, ma'am.
One in December of '08 and once again in March of 2010.
Actually, it was starting in October of 2008 through November of 2008. I found out about it in December.
Mm-hmm. Did you file a police report?
I did not. He admitted to doing it, told me he would pay me back.
Did he pay you back?
He had promised to.
Just answer my question.
No.
Did he pay you back? Did you file a police report?
No, ma'am.
Why not?
We were dating.
Well, then what do you want from me?
I trusted him.
Miss Denny, what do you want from me? He didn't pay you back in December 2008, and he stole money again from you.
Yeah.
When?
From beginning of 2009 through about the middle of 2009.
And he stole money out of your ATM?
Yeah.
And I assume you get bank statements.
I do.
And so I assume you looked at your bank statements during that period of time in 2009 and saw that there were transactions there that weren't yours.
Correct.
So what did you do?
I confronted him about it.
Well, this is an ongoing thing, and what did he say?
He said, as soon as I get a job, I'll pay you back. He didn't have a job through this whole time.
I don't care. Did you file a police report?
I did not.
If somebody steals money from you, you file a police report, and you have him arrested.
Well, he was my boyfriend, and my first love. I loved him that.
Great. So after you found out that he had stolen money from your bank account, you were intimate together.
Correct.
That's what we call forgiveness. He stole from you, you slept with him, and forgave him, and was hoping that it would all work out, and that when you got married, it wouldn't make any difference. It would make a family together. And the fact that he took some money from your bank account, by the way, how do you think he got your PIN number?
He got my PIN number from times when we were in the car together. He was in the driver's seat. I hand my card over. That's how. I didn't think he would remember it. I trusted him.
Finito. Is that your mother?
Yes.
Got it?
Yes.
It's over. You know, if the first time he stole from you, you didn't say, you know what? He stole my PIN number. He memorized it when I handed it to him, because I'm sure he has a different story. He memorized it when I handed it to him. He took money without my permission. That means he's a thief. Do you think I want to hang my hopes and dreams on a thief? I would think not.
Well, no, but sure, he said he was going to pay me back, though.
It doesn't make any difference. According to you, he stole from you.
He did.
There's a difference between you giving him $50 and $100 and whatever, and he says to you, I'll pay you back. Well, that's a different story than you tell me in here, which was he stole from you. If you pinned your hopes and dreams in 2008 on a thief, because that's what you said, he was a thief, not a borrower, but a thief. And then he was another thief in all of 2009 when you were looking at your bank records, another thief, and you didn't stop it right away. What do you want from me?
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Are you the victim of a scam? Go to judgejudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
Let the police prosecute him. If the police aren't interested in prosecuting him from 2008 and 2009, I guarantee you, neither am I.
Even though he admits to doing it?
Listen to me. I don't care what he admits to. You slept with a thief. You pinned your future in 2008 on a thief. What do you expect? He continued to be a thief, according to you. And you let him.
Didn't.
And you let him. Yes, you did. Because you kept looking at your bank account. You saw it was dwindling. According to you, there were withdrawals that you hadn't made over the course of months in 2009, and you didn't stop them, which is very easy. All you have to do in 2008, when you find out that he's a thief, is change your PIN number.
Well, that happened.
That's very interesting. All you have to do is change your PIN number in 2008. Then he can't steal from you anymore, unless you are comfortable with the situation, which is something that I'm not getting into now, Miss Denny. When you file a police complaint and the district attorney decides to prosecute him for theft, you come back to me.
Well, that was my...
Yeah, listen to me. You come back to me.
Well, no,
when you file a police report and the district attorney decides to prosecute him for theft, you come back to me.
I was going to file a police report.
Do it. Well, I'm giving you my ruling. That's my ruling. You file a police report and the district attorney decides to prosecute him for 2-year-old withdrawals from your bank account, then I will hear you.
What about money for punitive damages?
You may step out. Yeah, this is case number 97 on the calendar in the matter of Taylor versus Tucker.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Won't you folks have a seat? Huh?
Mr. Tucker, you have a driver's license, sir?
Yes, ma'am, Wendy. Yes, Your Honor.
Is it a valid driver's license, and is it current?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has it ever been suspended?
Yes, it has, Your Honor.
How many times?
About 2 times, Your Honor.
For what?
Speeding, Your Honor.
You borrowed Miss Taylor's car.
Yes, Your Honor.
When?
It was February. It was on a Sunday.
Date.
February 28th, Your Honor.
Where were you going with the car?
Just going hang out with a couple of friends, Your Honor.
Is that what you told Miss Taylor?
Yes, Your Honor.
That you were just going to hang out with some friends?
Yes, Your Honor.
You didn't have a car of your own, I assume?
At the time, I do have a car of my own. At the time.
Then?
Then?
Did you have a car of your own?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Why didn't you take your own car?
Because Miss Taylor came and picked me up the night before, Your Honor. She came and picked me up. She knew I wasn't going to have my vehicle.
Why didn't you have your vehicle? Why did she have to come and pick you up, Mr. Tucker?
Because I wasn't driving where she came and picked me up from, and she came and picked me up.
Explain that to me.
I was actually riding with my brother-in-law and my cousin at the time, and she came and met me at the hotel, picked me up, and took me back to her house.
And you spent the night?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
And the next day?
And the next day when I woke up, she had already left the house.
For what?
I guess to go do some shopping or something.
Is that what happened?
I don't recall that, Your Honor.
So she left and took her car?
And took her car, yes, Your Honor.
And then she came back?
And when she came back, I asked if I could use her car to go hang out with a couple of friends. She said fine. She had already handled what she had to take care of. And I told her I'd be back.
What time did you take her car to go and hang out with some friends?
Probably about 12 that afternoon, Your Honor.
What kind of car did Miss Taylor have?
Acura.
What year?
An 08 or 09.
Is that right?
It's an 08, Your Honor.
So where did you go, Mr. Tucker?
Like I said, I went by, visited a couple of friends. From there, I parked the car, caught a ride.
Parked the car where?
I parked the car at a friend's house.
Address?
I don't know the address, Your Honor.
Street?
Street? The name of the street? Honeycutt. That's the name of the street that it was on. You know?
And what's your friend's name? Don't look over there. Look at my eyes. Mr. Tucker, this is going to get worse for you, sir. It's going to get worse.
Yes,
Do you
ma'am.
understand?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been interrogated by the police?
Yes, Your Honor.
You will find that an almost exhilarating experience when I get finished with you. Friend's name?
I know his last name. I don't know his first name.
What do you call him?
By his nickname, Your Honor, Shiz.
And what's his last name? And who does he live with?
Right now, I don't know because he moved.
Oh, he moved from Honeycutt.
Yes.
So he doesn't live on Honeycutt anymore.
No, Your Honor.
But you parked her car, her Acura, on Honeycutt.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then what did you do?
Your Honor.
Hey, Miss Taylor, let me have a good time.
Okay.
Did I have a good time?
Okay. Nobody lives on Honeycutt.
Just a second.
Okay.
Just a second. So you parked the car on Honeycutt, and you went to visit your friend Scooch.
Shiz, Your Honor.
What?
Shiz.
Yes, that's what I said, Scooch. And?
And from there, I caught a ride. I rode around with some of my other friends. I parked the car, left the car there parked.
You left the car there?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Caught a ride with some friends, drove around. Go ahead.
Drove around. We went to a bar. From there to a club. And from there to a hotel party, Your Honor.
And?
And I was not driving. And at the time, a friend of mine was driving. I went back and got Miss Taylor's vehicle.
What's your friend's name?
Tiffany.
Tiffany was driving whose car?
Her car.
Tiffany's car.
Yes, Your Honor.
What kind of car does Tiffany have?
A Pacifica.
A Pacific?
A Pacifica? It's a van, Your Honor.
Okay, and where did you go with Tiffany?
Went to a sports bar, shot some pool, went to a club, went picked up some more friends.
What time was this now?
This is all day, probably from...
Well, from 12 noon. So what time were you finished? You were in a bar, you were in a club, you were in a hotel, you were in a motel, you were with Tiffany in her van, then you went to another club, then you went, shot some pool. That's a very, very busy day. You know, it would take me at least 2 weeks to do all those activities. Keep going.
Yes, Your Honor. And then from there, we ended up at a hotel, a little party. Just friends.
That was 2 hotels you were at in one day.
No, Your Honor, just one hotel.
Oh, well, you told me you were at a hotel earlier in the day. I'm getting there, Bird.
Take your time.
It's just actually amusing myself.
Yes, Your Honor, it's the same hotel, Your Honor.
What happened to her car?
To the car. Then from there, went back, got the car.
Got whose car?
Miss Taylor's car.
So you mean I listened to all this nonsense for nothing? Because at some point, after you went clubbing and moteling and hoteling and pooling and scooching, you went back and you got the car.
Went back, got the car.
And?
Drove it to the hotel, Your Honor.
Drove it back to the hotel.
Yes, Your Honor.
And?
And from there, I must have consumed too much alcohol because I ended up passing out in the hotel. When I was awakened, my cell phone and the car keys was missing, Your Honor.
So Scooch must have, or one of his friends, must have taken your car and had a big accident in it, caused a lot of damage. And your defense is, I was drunk and I don't know what happened. That's your defense.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's your responsibility.
But, Your Honor, the insurance paid for the car. I immediately, when I found out the car was missing, I immediately called.
I'm just telling you.
Okay.
It's your responsibility. You took her property with her permission and behaved in an irresponsible way with it. Why do I say that, sir? I just listened to a litany of events where you were driving, partying, drinking, fooling around, drinking some more, hanging around some more, and then, according to you, you got back in her car and took it someplace. You're responsible, whether or not you actually had the accident in the car, which is something actually I believe you did. So does she.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
After she bleached and damaged my clothes, she sent a text message picture to my phone, which I showed a friend of mine.
Show me.
I don't have that phone no more, Your Honor. That's why I brought my eyewitness.
And later today.
You see, you're trying to think ahead of the game, sir. You'll never be ahead of the game. All you have to think about is answering my questions truthfully. Do we understand each other, sir?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Melanie Taylor says ex-boyfriend Siobhan Tucker owes for car damage, rental car fees, and emotional distress. Siobhan is countersuing, claiming Melanie bleached his clothes.
You borrowed the property. You did not return the property. It's your responsibility. You can go get Scooch and go find the phantom who stole the car. Do you understand? Now, your car was severely damaged.
Yes, Your Honor.
Nobody was ever charged.
No, Your Honor.
Did your insurance pay for the damage?
Some of the damage, Your Honor.
Your insurance had a deductible?
Yes, Your Honor.
What was the deductible?
$250, Your Honor.
So that you paid for?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything else?
Yes, Your Honor.
What?
It didn't cover the bumper. It had additional damages to the bumper and the taillight, and my insurance company would not cover it, and I'm not sure why.
Well, I don't know either. Sue the insurance company. Why?
The insurance company, because they had already mailed her a check for those damages, and she didn't get it repaired, and she spent the money, Your Honor.
Well,
that's why.
That may be, but then take that up with your insurance company. He's certainly responsible for your deductible. Anything else?
I have receipts, Your Honor, showing that I paid for the bumper and the
I don't
taillight.
care. That's a problem that you have with your insurance company, not with him.
Yes, Your Honor.
Has nothing to do with the accident.
Yes.
Now, you have a counterclaim, Mr. Tucker.
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Did you bleach his clothes?
No, Your Honor.
Did you bleach or damage any of his clothes?
No, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
I have an eyewitness, Your Honor. After she bleached and damaged my clothes, she sent a text message picture to my phone, which I showed a friend of mine.
Show me.
I don't have that phone no more, Your Honor. That's why I brought my eyewitness. And she also admitted it to my eyewitness.
Well, your eyewitness can't tell me what she saw on your phone. That's hearsay.
I didn't know that, Your Honor.
That's why you come here. You get educated.
Okay.
When did she return the clothes to you?
I never received.
Never got them back?
Nothing. I left with the clothes I had on my back. I had to repurchase clothes.
Well, that's a good idea, because I'm sure that Miss Taylor didn't think you were going to go, put your hand down, fooling around in a hotel and a motel and with Tiffany and everything else when you said, I'd like to go hang out with some of my friends. You think she figured that that's what you were going to do all day and all night?
We've known each other for a while, Your Honor. She
I'm
knows
asking
pretty
you,
well.
do you think that that was in her mind, that you were going to be going fooling around with Tiffany in her car? I wouldn't think so.
No, yeah.
I don't think so. So did you buy yourself some new clothes?
Some. I replaced some.
Perfect. Good. You owe $250. That's all. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I believe that I should get way more than $250 for all I went through.
This is basically just an attempt
Just emotional stress.
to not really get the money back for the car because the insurance did pay for the car.
He abandoned me for a month and a half.
It's like revenge, like the same with the clothes, how she destroyed the clothes.
Then he came back on my job April the 23rd and explained to me what happened.
He actually busted the window out my house. It was all types of things.
He said that he was sorry and that he promised that he would pay back the money.
You know, that's another story, so we're here for the car.
He didn't pay it back. I haven't received a dime nor child support.
That's case number 236 on the calendar in the matter of Ronstadt versus Nelson. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Miss Ronstadt, when did you and the defendant start to live together?
Approximately May 1st, 2000.
And when did you separate?
He left on the 19th of July, 2001.
Were you both working at the time?
I was not working. He had lost his job the day prior.
So how did you support the household?
I have a nervous system disease, and I was receiving disability payments.
You were receiving disability?
Which exceeded his income.
No, that's a false statement, Your Honor.
Oh.
Yes, it is.
What kind of work were you doing, sir?
I'm a computer technician.
And how much did you earn last year?
$63,000.
Okay. Now, did you move into a new apartment together, or did you move in with him, or did he move in with you?
We moved into a new apartment together. I was making $110,000 at the time I lost my job, and I was receiving disability payments in excess of $2,600 a month.
Your Honor, she was borrowing money from her mother to support this.
This lawsuit has to do with the fact that you claim that you purchased for your joint use a motorcycle.
That's correct.
That's a false statement, Your Honor.
Mr. Nelson, I don't want to hear from you until I look in your direction or ask you a question.
Okay.
That he won't return to you.
That's correct.
Mr. Nelson says that you purchased this motorcycle for him as a gift. That's your defense.
Yes, Your Honor, that's true.
Okay. Now, I would like you to tell me the circumstances surrounding the purchase of this motorcycle. When was it purchased?
It was purchased on April 20th, the year 2001. I purchased it because when I lost my job, we had a fair amount of money to live on, but by April, it became apparent that it just wasn't going to make it. I talked to Mr. Nelson, took a full 401k distribution. I got approximately $17,000 left. I have all the proof here. The bike cost $9,400. I did so because he was driving a 4Runner. The 4Runner was costing about $500 a month in just gas alone. And we needed to cut down on our daily expenses. We could not fork out that amount of money on a daily basis for gas. Plus, he had to pay a toll fee to go across the bridge to get to work. Using a motorcycle, you avoid the toll fee.
So
we bought the bike.
Now I'll hear from you.
Your Honor, on my birthday, 4/10, she told me that for my birthday as a gift that she would be buying a motorcycle for me. And it's a wonderful gift. Plus, it will save on the gas and all these other things. This was not for our use, it was for my use, and it was a gift as a birthday present. 4/10, we had discussed going to look at motorcycles on the weekend. We did so on Sunday, April 15th, and put a deposit of $100 on the motorcycle in question. We were waiting on the rest of the 401k loan to come in, and it
You mean
did
not
come
loan?
in. Sorry?
Not a 401k loan, a 401k payout. She got cash.
Okay, yeah. Well, she took that money and told me that she was going to pay the debts that were incurred because of her out-of-control spending with eBay and whatnot, the debts that she was creating, as well as buying a motorcycle for me as a gift. We went back on 4/21 and paid the remainder of the balance. She was talking to the salesman, and I have a written statement from the salesman.
Don't tell me what the salesman said.
This is very important
And the
because
salesman should have been here.
he couldn't come here because he's a salesman. He couldn't make it. He
Not a
doesn't know me.
reason.
Why would he take the time to come to the
Not a
court?
reason. That's hearsay.
Okay.
Mr.
Well,
Nelson.
she also told Jamie Curley and my mother. We rode the motorcycle to my mother's house, and she boasted this beautiful gift that this generous gift that she bought for her son, as a birthday gift.
Why did you leave in July?
we were having some difficulties. We were having a lot of difficulties, and she was adding a lot of stress to my life, and plus my children. She was not really caring for my children or very sympathetic towards the situation between my children and I. She didn't want them around. She was trying to control how often I saw my children and
But
whatnot.
that wasn't a recent thing. That probably had been going on for
This
a while.
has been, yes, yes.
Was it going on before April of 2001?
Yes, ma'am, it was.
So what'd you take this very expensive gift for?
Because it was a gift for me.
So
And
why did you accept a very expensive gift if things weren't going well?
They weren't going too well, but I mean, these things were tolerable, and it was getting progressively worse. When she lost her job, things just kept going downhill from there. And, I got to a point where I was just fed up and I was done.
Now, one of the defenses that you have to this action, other than the fact that it was a gift, is that you say that jointly you purchased furniture for this apartment that you moved in together, and the only thing that you left with was the motorcycle.
It wasn't, I wanted to leave clean. I didn't want to have it drag out or anything, and we had discussed, she said I could take, I told her three things that I wanted. I'm going to take, I said I'd like to take the computer desk, the DVD player, and our big screen TV. And that's it, and you can have the rest, and I'm leaving. And I didn't include the motorcycle because that was a gift and that was mine. So I didn't ask her, is it okay if I take my motorcycle? I had a police civil standby because her son got out of control that night and brought two friends over.
Did you in fact take this TV?
No, I did not. She said she wouldn't allow me to take the TV because
So did you take anything from the apartment?
No. Excuse me. I took my clothes, my belongings, and
the motorcycle.
And the motorcycle. And the police wanted me to get my stuff and get out. They were there on a civil standby, and I was standing right next to an officer when I rode off with the motorcycle.
Now, who paid for all the furniture in the apartment?
She paid partially, and we had a joint account and whatnot, so I don't know exactly how much of what we paid for.
How much money did you put into the joint account each week?
Actually, I have it right here. I have statements right here.
I have a statement also, Your Honor.
How much money did he put into the joint account each week?
$1,263 every 2 weeks.
Okay, and what was the rent on the apartment?
$1,800.
$1,850, Your Honor.
Excuse me. This motorcycle was not an issue, if I may. This motorcycle was not an issue until after I'd left and she saw Miss Curley riding on the back of my motorcycle. We left the place, and then Miss Rungstad told me that she said, now, because of this stunt, you're going to lose the motorcycle. And that's when it became the issue.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Lori Rongstad is suing her ex-boyfriend, Eric Nelson, for the cost of a motorcycle. Eric says Lori is jealous of his new fiancée.
Is it accurate that he put in about it would come out to about $2,700 a month?
He put it in, but he also had bills that used up all of that money.
I want to know who paid for furnishing the apartment.
I did. I sold over $80,000 worth of stock options. I bought all of the bedroom furniture prior to us ever moving in and charged it on an American Express card.
Are you telling me that he did not contribute to purchasing anything for the apartment?
No, ma'am, he didn't, because I had the cash. I had over $30,000 when we moved in. The only things that we needed to buy once we moved in were we bought a big screen TV, a DVD player, and a couple of VCRs.
Where did you pay for that from?
At that time, we did not have a joint account.
Where did the money come from?
From myself, from my stock option sales.
Your Honor, I also had stock that I had sold as well, and plus I also put extra money in that we bought stock together, and she put it in her son's name, and then sold the stock, and we used that money as well, so it's not going to look like it came from me at all, but that's what happened.
There's never been any stock in my son's name ever, and that can be proved through IRS records if needed.
I'd like to pull
Now,
those.
I have one other question. The car that you had, the truck that you had, was that sold?
No, ma'am.
Did you continue to use it for the months of May and June?
Yes, I did at times, yes.
So you kept that. Do you drive?
I do drive, but I have my own vehicle.
What kind of vehicle do you have?
At the time, I had a Chrysler Concorde. However, it was tampered with, and the engine no longer worked, so I had to turn that in and buy a new car.
But when this motorcycle was purchased, you did not sell the other car that he had.
No.
That car was retained.
That's correct.
Now, do you have both vehicles now, sir, the motorcycle and that other car?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
You have both?
Yes.
Okay, and you had both in the month of May?
Yes, I did.
And you had both in the month of June?
Yes.
It was a gift. It was a gift, Ms. Rostad. Now, it may have been a gift that you decided should not be a gift because the romance didn't last more than a couple of months after you gave it to him, but that's really not dispositive.
No, Your
I
Honor.
would accept what you said to me about saving all the money because of saving all the gas money, et cetera, if the agreement was that he was going to sell the car that he had or the truck that he had so that there would be no additional expense, but there is certainly no saving by having 2 vehicles, 2 insurance, 2 repairs, 2 everything else. I mean, I think that, yes, oh yes.
May I
I think
say
that it is,
something?
no, I think that it's probably not the moral thing to do to accept this very pricey gift, sir, from somebody where the relationship wasn't going right. You know, guys like big toys, so you're going to take it anyway because where else were you going to get a $9,000 present? But I certainly think it was not the moral thing to do. Do we understand each other?
Yes, I do. I left the house, Your Honor, without taking anything, so I
Well, my
understand that.
sense is, from what the plaintiff tells me, that she had far more financial resources
I
to
agree.
spend to furnish that house than you did. I was a little sympathetic when I first read your answer, and you said, I walked out of this relationship with nothing. We had furnished a house for $25,000, and I just left with this gift and my clothes. Until I ascertained, sir, that you have children for whom I'm sure you pay child support, that you did put in certain joint monies into a joint account, but that went to pay off some bills. You had a car, you had insurance, you had gas. That eats up what you put in to the joint account. So I don't see that you had a lot left over to buy furniture. Whether it was a big screen TV, because that would have been a single guy's paradise to leave a relationship with a big screen TV and a motorcycle. So I'm sorry I can't help you, madam.
May I please say a couple other items that I was not able to say?
Sure.
Anything that was a gift, I gave him. I bought him Yardrow Eagles. I bought him a number of very expensive items. I gave those to him. Those were pure gifts. I was down to all of the last money I had in my life, my 401k. I would not have used half of that to buy him a gift. Also,
Yes, you did.
No, he also
Yes,
did
you
not.
did.
Ma'am, he also did not use.
You shouldn't have used, if it wasn't a gift, you should not have used half the money that you have in your whole life to buy him a motorcycle.
Your Honor.
That's not smart.
I know
And
it
don't give me
wasn't.
all the baloney about he was going to save money on gas. Common sense suggests to me that if you were going to buy somebody a car to save money.
Why
so
did I
that-
put it in my name?
No. Listen to me carefully. You would buy him a car for $8,000.
It doesn't get across the bridge fast.
Hey!
He was
Did I look at you and ask you a question? A motorcycle is not something that one buys to save money.
It is.
No.
I
A
also grew up with
four-cylinder
them.
little car just to get you to and from work can save money,
Yes.
right? A motorcycle is a boy toy.
I like motorcycles, and I've always had them.
Good. Buy yourself another one. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He's obviously filled the judge's head with lies. I mean, they won when they're purely evil people.
We were next door neighbors, and Lori, Lori won't take any responsibility for their breakup.
I have 20 police reports of all the harassment. A woman scorned.
After I left her, I got involved with Jamie Curley, and she's off at that.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Clark versus Bruni. Step forward, please.
21-year-old student Elizabeth Clark is suing 21-year-old student Callie Bruni for the unpaid balance on a trip to Cancun.
I gather that you and a friend decided to take a trip to Mexico, a vacation to Mexico. Is that right?
Yes.
And you prepaid the trip, and shortly before you were supposed to leave, you got sick.
Yes.
Mono?
Yes.
Somehow there was an arrangement made with the defendant to take your place on the trip. You claim she paid you some money for the trip, but still owes you a substantial amount.
That's correct.
So when were you scheduled to leave on the trip?
March 8th.
When did you get sick?
February 14th. I was hospitalized March 1st through the 6th.
And at what point did it become non-refundable?
Not exactly sure.
Well, it becomes non-refundable. Certainly you would agree that by February 14th, when you got sick, it was non-refundable.
Yes.
Correct?
Correct.
So you stood to lose all of your money, right?
Yes.
Now tell me what the arrangements were with the defendant.
The arrangements were when I was in the hospital between my witness Shannon and Callie that she was going to pay me money before I left.
Just a minute. So you never had a discussion with the defendant?
No, I did not.
Your witness did?
Yes, she did.
Step up. Tell me your name.
Shannon Powers.
You were supposed to go on the trip with Miss
Beth.
Clark.
Mm-hmm.
So what did you do? You contacted the defendant?
Yes, I did.
Okay. She was a friend of yours?
Yep.
Was she a friend of yours?
No.
Go ahead.
I kind of struggled around to find someone to go because we both stood to lose a lot of money. And the agreement...
Right, because it was non-refundable.
Yep.
Right.
The agreement between Callie and myself was she would give or send Beth a check or money for $400 and then pay her the remainder of the $574 in the summer when she started working.
Was that your agreement?
No.
Let me hear what your agreement was.
The agreement was $700. My parents gave $400, and I thought the agreement was that Shannon's parents gave $100 for me, and then that I was paying Beth $200 in the summer. I would never agree to pay that $978 when she was going to lose all her money.
How much did you receive altogether so far for this trip?
$400.
$400. And where did the other $100 come from?
From my parents, but I guess they never sent it. I was not aware of that.
Why were your parents going to send Miss Clark another $100?
Because Callie agreed to give me $500, and then she didn't have a license, and she had to get back from New York to Connecticut because she didn't have a passport, and she had to spend the money, the $100, to get back to Connecticut to get her IDs and stuff.
Okay, so you were going to give her parents back the $100?
No. My parents would only give me $400, and Beth's mom would not take the $400. She said $500.
Are you telling me that you actually gave her $500 or $400?
$400, but...
All right, so you still owe her $3. Miss Clark, you never had a conversation with nor a contract with the defendant. Is that right?
Before she left, I did not have contact with her.
Right, so you had no contract with her, right?
Right.
You had no agreement with her whatsoever.
It was between them. But I had a friend who was willing to go instead of Callie before she...
I don't know that. Where's your friend who was willing to go?
I have a document.
I don't read documents. I don't read documents. I mean, you're in the hospital. You stand to lose $974. You took out no insurance to prevent you from losing all this money. I mean, I don't see anybody spending the full amount of the trip. If she knows you're going to lose all of your money, that's not the way people usually operate. They usually operate, well, I'll go on short notice, but I'm not going to spend $1,000 on a trip. She didn't have $1,000. She only had $400. Aside from the fact you didn't have a contract with her.
But that was the agreement that I understood, that she was to pay me money when she got back from the trip.
Yeah.
She paid me $400 and I expected the rest. I worked 2 jobs over my winter break trying to pay for this trip. And I wouldn't have let somebody go on my trip for $700 that I worked 2 jobs for and then I paid for in full.
Next time you take a trip, you should have some insurance.
I never thought that I was going to get sick.
Absolutely. That's why people take out insurance. In any event, you had no contract with the defendant. As far as she was concerned, well, she got a little mixed up with the $100. I guess she figured your mother was going to give her $100 so that you wouldn't lose all your money and therefore you wouldn't go away on this trip alone.
Yeah.
You still owe her $300. Why haven't you paid her?
I was going to pay her the $200 because I never knew that her
mother didn't give the $100.
Yes.
All right.
So I was going to pay her the $200, and then I get in the mail that she's trying to get $530 from me.
So you gave her nothing?
Right.
Well, why didn't you give her at least what you thought you owed her?
Because I knew I had to go to court anyways.
Okay. Well, you owe her $300. Judgment for the plaintiff. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Yeah, this is case number 215 on the calendar in the matter of Lee versus Kearney Yawan. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats.
Miss Lee, according to your complaint, the defendant was living in your home. You were living there with a friend of yours, and he was the friend's boyfriend. Is that right?
Yes.
And you claim that he started a fire in your home, caused substantial amount of damage. You want him to pay for all of the damage. The defendant's answer indicates that, well, it was an accident. And 2, he fixed a lot of the damage, and there should not be anything that requires any professional attention. Is that right, sir?
That's right.
Okay. When did this happen?
Well, it took place around February of 2000. It was close to midnight, where he had apparently started the fire by himself. And somehow he had used kerosene, and it got out of hand. He left a trail of kerosene from the front door to the fireplace. So when he started to light the fire, it trailed back, of course, to the front door on the hardwood floor as well.
You have pictures of the damage?
Yes, I do.
Were you in the house at the time?
Yes, I was.
The fire was extinguished so that nobody was hurt.
Correct.
Fortunately.
Fortunately,
Okay.
yes.
What's this dollar bill doing on your floor?
Oh, I had a friend took that, and he just put the dollar bill there just to focus in on the area.
I see. I assume that's the ceiling, smoke on the ceiling?
Correct.
Okay. Why did you light a fire with kerosene?
Well,
Oh, no, well over here.
Okay.
Well is not an answer.
that's actually the part that is not true. I didn't try to lit up the fireplace with the kerosene.
How did you light the fire?
Well, okay, the truth is that I think it's about on June last year, and it's not on February.
You needed a fire in June?
Yeah.
Was it very cold?
June 31st, yeah.
It was very cold. Where do you live?
In Seattle.
Even in Seattle, it's cold enough in the summertime that you have to light a fire?
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes it can get really cold, yeah. And I noticed at that time also it was raining outside.
What time of the day or evening did you light this fire?
Well, that's the thing that I'm not quite sure. Also, I have already totally forgot about this whole incident.
How many fires have you lit in your life that caused damage?
Yeah, that's...
How many? Is my question.
This is the first time.
Then I would remember it. Do you understand? You almost burned the house down.
Yes.
How did it happen?
Okay, I
Do
have
you
a
remember
drink.
how it happened?
Yes, I remember.
You remember clearly how it happened?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So at that time that it was late at night, and then I was setting up the fireplace, and then after that I go make myself a drink.
What time were you setting up the fireplace?
It's probably around 10 o'clock.
Didn't you have to get up early in the morning?
Yes, I do. Because that I thinking I was just going to set up the fireplace for about an hour, and then after that I will
No, slowly, sir.
extinguish it.
You thought you were setting up the fireplace and what?
For about only an hour.
Fires don't last for only an hour.
Yeah, but I decided that later on I will just extinguish it myself and then go to bed because I have to work in the morning.
How'd the fire start?
Okay, like I said, that when I get up and then try to make a drink, I have this vodka on my hand, and then I lit up the fire. I didn't use any kerosene or anything. It was a dry wood, so I just started up the fire right away. And then approximately after about 15 minutes or so, I decided I need to go to the restroom. So I go to the fireplace, and then put more wood into the fireplace. And then at that time, I put the glass with the vodka in front of the fireplace. And then I just totally forgot because that it's
Had a little
dangerous.
too much vodka.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yes.
Had a little too much vodka.
Yes.
There you go. I knew we were going to find the answer, sir, if we just kept going. So it wasn't an accident. It wasn't on purpose. It was caused by you having a little too much Stoli or whatever you were drinking.
That's right.
Right? So you have to take care of the damage. Now, what did you do to take care of the damage?
Well, the next morning that I told...
Fire department came?
No, it didn't. Even though the fire alarm went off because of that.
No firemen came?
No. Your Honor, my son, the fireplace was about 10 feet away from his front bedroom door. And when he heard the alarm went off, he quickly went out. He went to the front yard, took the hose, and came in and hosed it down and extinguished it.
There was damage. Damage to floors, damage to the door, damage to walls, soot. What did you do to fix all that?
Well, I told my ex-girlfriend that I feel responsible for setting up the fire, causing the fire.
Of course.
Yeah.
You are responsible.
And then I feel bad about it, and then I'm going to fix it. So the next morning, I didn't go to work, and then I start from the painting the front door because it got the smoke stain on that front door. And also after that, I also fixed the hardwood floor just by sanding it, and then.
Did you buy a sander?
No, just like the sandpaper.
That's not the way you fix a floor, sir. You don't take a little piece of sandpaper and just go over areas. You got to do the whole floor.
Yeah. That's the thing is that because I noticed that only like there's like a small black stain on that hardwood floor caused by that fire.
So you just took a little piece of sandpaper and went over it. What else did you do?
And I also paint the ceiling, not the ceiling, but the wallpaper.
You painted over a wallpaper.
Only on the portion that got the smoke.
You're not a decorator, are you, by profession? Huh?
No.
I didn't think so. So that's what you did. You painted over the wallpaper. You took a little piece of sandpaper and you went over the floor in certain spots, right?
Yeah.
And you painted over the front door. Now, before you painted over the front door, what did you do to get off the soot and the smoke and where it had been charred? Did you sand it down? Did you remove all the paint?
No, I didn't.
You just smeared a coat of paint over it.
That's right. I'm not a handyman, so.
When you cause damage to somebody else's property, sir, you may not be a handyman, but if you cause the damage, then you're supposed to get a professional to take care of it. You're not supposed to do it yourself. Let me see estimates of your damage. Do you have homeowners insurance?
Well, Your Honor...
Well is not an answer. My question is, did you have
No,
homeowners
I did
insurance?
not.
Why not?
At the time, I was changing insurance companies, and the 2 weeks had lapsed, and this incident took place during that 2 weeks.
Is this your own home?
Yes.
I want to see proof that you didn't have insurance. I want to see proof of that. Because you're not going to collect twice. Do we understand each other?
Yes.
I'm really smart.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Victoria Lee says her friend's ex-boyfriend, Kiet Kurniawan, damaged her home when he started a fire with kerosene. Kiet says the damage occurred because he left his vodka next to the fireplace.
Now, we're going to bring me something from your insurance company indicating a lapse in coverage at a particular time. Do you have that information?
Yes, Your Honor. I managed to get a letter from the insurance company, as well as a copy of my current insurance, which will show that I started a new insurance as of July 13th, 2000.
And that's in Seattle, Washington?
Yes.
When did you purchase the home?
January of 2000.
How much did you purchase it for?
$240.
You have a mortgage?
Yes, I do.
What's the mortgage?
$189.
If you have a mortgage, you have to have insurance.
Yes.
The lender requires that you have insurance, and if you don't have insurance, they get insurance for you. So if you had to show proof at the closing that you had insurance, everybody knows that. What kind of business are you in?
I'm a mortgage consultant.
You got it. Do we understand each other?
Yes, Your Honor. But my home had closed in January, beginning of January, and then I had wanted to switch insurance company after it had closed, and I was hoping that the lender would not find out, which they didn't. So I did go ahead and get insurance with a different company as of July the 13th.
So what you're telling me is you fraudulently misrepresented to your lender that your premises was insured. Is that right?
No, it was insured at the time of the closing, Your Honor.
Well, at the time of the closing in January, if it was insured in January, it would have been insured in February, when you say the fire took place.
I wanted to change insurance company, so I had canceled it.
Well, that's not his problem. He had an accident in your house. If you had insurance, which you should have had, then you would have been totally covered. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I fixed it, and I actually told my ex-girlfriend that I will fix it.
Picture mover Michael Pate for chasing her, causing her to wreck her car. Michael says Adrian hit him with her car.
All rise. Your Honor, this is case number 509 on the calendar in the matter of Warnick versus Pate. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat.
How long did you date the defendant?
Almost 2 years.
Did you ever live together?
Yes, we did.
For how long?
A year and a half.
Okay. Your lawsuit has two parts. First part is that after you broke up, he saw you driving with somebody else in the car, and he damaged your car.
Yes, ma'am.
So let's deal with that one first. How long after you broke up did this happen?
About a month.
Okay. What time of the night?
Around 12 o'clock midnight.
And where were you when this happened?
We were driving on one of the main streets.
Near your house?
It's about 15 miles from my house.
So his sighting of you was probably accidental?
Yes.
Okay. So you saw your former girlfriend with another guy in the car?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you traveling in the same direction?
We were getting ready to turn down the same road she was going down, yes, ma'am.
So you were traveling in the same direction? Yes. And who were you with?
I was with my cousin and my best friend.
Where had you been that evening?
We were just coming from getting something to eat, some dinner.
Where had you been before?
Swimming at a lake.
Had anything to drink?
Nope.
So you were swimming on your way to get something to eat. You see your former girlfriend in a car with somebody else, and you got really annoyed.
Yes.
So what did you do?
We turned, and I caught up to her, and I told her to pull
When you
up.
say you caught up to her, how did you do that? You pulled your car alongside hers?
Yeah. I pulled alongside of hers, and I told her to pull over. I wanted to talk to her.
What'd you want to talk to her about?
Well, because she had been, like, a couple weeks before that. You know, we'd talked after we broke up and stuff. It wasn't bad between us.
What did you want to talk to her about?
About that. About
You think she wanted to talk to you with another guy in the car?
No, probably not. But she had been talking about getting back together, and I
Well,
just wanted
she
to know what
wasn't
the
going to
deal
talk
was.
to you about getting back together again with another guy in the car, right?
Well, she said they were just friends.
She didn't say that to you until the car stopped, right?
No, she had told me about him before. She said they were just friends. That she can talk to him about her problems and stuff.
Fine. But you didn't think that that was true after you saw them in the car that night.
Nope.
So you stopped just to talk.
I wanted to know what the deal was, what was going on.
So that was pretty stupid of you, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Okay. So you told her to pull over and get out of the car.
I didn't tell her to get out of the car. I just
Or you just said, pull over, I want to talk to
Yeah.
you. So you're going to talk through the car windows.
Yep.
All right, Miss Warnick, now why don't you pick it up from there?
Okay. We're traveling down the street. We're going home to my house to drop my car off to my parents' house. And he made a right-hand turn onto the road and sped up behind us and got beside us. And my window was rolled up and his was rolled down, and I could hear him. He did not ask me.
What did he, don't tell me what he didn't. What did he say to you?
He said, using profanity, pull over now. Stop your car and pull over now. And he was raising his fist at us, and there was other people in the car with him. It was my witness and I, and there was no way I was going to stop.
So what did you do?
So we're trying to get away, driving down the road. What had happened was, at the end of this road, there was road construction, and it was barricaded off, and there was just room to the left side of it for a car to go through. So I went through and pulled sideways, and he came through and got out of his car and ran around his car and started running full speed at my car, at the driver's side door. And so I didn't know what to do, so I just made a U-turn and turned around. He hit my car full speed, rolled up over my car.
You mean his body?
His body, yes, ma'am. And rolled up over the car, hit the ground, and I drove home, and that was that.
Okay. Now, you say that she tried to hit you with her car.
She did hit me with my car.
She wouldn't have hit you with her car if you hadn't gotten out of your car.
She had stopped, and I stopped, and I got out of my car. I was in the front of my car, actually. I didn't run to her car, into her front door or whatever. She started to leave, and I stood there. I guess she thought I was going to move, and I stood there, and she did a U-turn, and she hit me.
What'd you follow her into the construction for?
We were just getting to the construction. There was a road, and she had stopped.
You weren't going in the same place she was at this point. You said you were both making a right turn going into the same road. But the same road didn't include this construction area.
That's the end right there. That road ends at the construction zone.
Sir, that place where you followed her had no reference point to where you wanted to be at the end of that evening. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
So that you were following her.
Yeah.
At a high rate of speed.
Yep.
With how many other people in your car?
2.
So there were 3 of you.
Yes,
all
ma'am.
males, I assume.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me see the damage report on your car.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
He would speed up, I would slam on my brakes, he would slam on his brakes, I would try to turn, and he would cut me off.
He didn't know what he was thinking. He certainly wasn't thinking with his head.
And later today.
Now, you want to tell me what the $495 was for?
This could have been for her cookies.
Is that your explanation? It was $495 for cookies?
It was close to $1,000 for her cookie bill.
That's ridiculous.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Adrienne Warnick claims ex-boyfriend Michael Pate damaged her car. Michael claims Adrienne hit him with her car.
Mr. Pate, she doesn't want to be your girlfriend anymore.
I know.
Oh, okay, good. So the lesson is going to cost you for the car $1,249.63. Man hits car, man pays. You did a stupid thing.
I stood there. I got hit by a car.
No. You put yourself in a situation, sir, where she and her companion were scared to death of what you were going to do, following them at a high rate of speed into an area that was deserted, and you stop your car and you get out of your car. What do you think is going through her mind?
Okay, she was probably scared, but
You'd probably be scared. I would be scared.
the other two people that were with me never not even got out of the car.
What difference does that make? They were there.
So was he.
Well, she maybe weighs 105, 110 pounds, right?
She knows I would never hurt her or
You
touch
could
her.
have killed her chasing her at 85 miles an hour.
I was on the side of her.
No, he had cut us off numerous amounts of times.
Okay, so I was in front of you, so how was I chasing you?
He was behind us. I would try to speed up. He would speed up. I would slam on my brakes. He would slam on his brakes. I would try to turn, and he would cut me off.
Miss Warnick, there is no question in my mind that he was angry. He didn't know what he was thinking. He certainly wasn't thinking with his head. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes.
All right. So, acts like a fool, he pays. Now, but let's get to the other part of your lawsuit. The other part of your lawsuit is that when you were together, you purchased this car together. And that for, you say, 6 months while you were together, you made the car payments on the car. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Who drove the car for that 6 months?
I did.
Why should he give you money back for that? You drove the car 6 months. You paid for it for 6 months. Right? Car doesn't appreciate. The car depreciates. Do you understand?
Yes.
Unless it's one of those very fancy cars. Sometimes if you wait long enough, if you live long enough, they become an antique. This isn't one of those cars. So you drove it, you paid for it. No free rides, right?
Right.
Good. To fix her car, $1,249.63. Judgment for the plaintiff. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He was trying to run me off the road. Anyone's going to be scared. Look at how much bigger he is than I am.
Just stay out of trouble.
Be careful who you date.
And now the next case.
All parties on Varela versus Doyle. Step forward, please.
34-year-old bus driver Alice Varela claims neighbor 31-year-old nursing student Sherry Doyle owes her for a loan and discriminating against her 8-year-old daughter.
Miss Varela, you and the defendant, according to your complaint, were friends and neighbors, and over a course of time, you made certain loans to her when she was in need. You subsequently, according to your papers, had an argument, and you say that she has done some things that are not nice to your little girl.
Yes.
Well, first let's talk about this alleged debt. You started lending her money when?
Back in December of '97.
What was the first loan for? And tell me how it came about.
She had asked if I can loan her some money because she wanted to continue her education. I had the money, and I offered to loan it to her. She said she was going to repay me by cashing in her CD.
How much did you lend her in December of 1997?
$520.
You have proof of that?
I have a statement from the bank when I had taken some cash out.
Okay. Let's deal with that loan first. Ms. Doyle?
Yes.
$520. Were you continuing with school in December of 97?
I was going to start in January.
Okay. And you needed some money?
I had went ahead and applied for financial aid.
So is what you're telling me that Ms. Varela did not lend you $520
No.
or give you $520?
No.
Well, why do you think she would say that she did?
Because of falling out of friends and what happened down in San Diego.
You can do a lot of things if you have a falling out, but you don't claim that there were loans or that you gave somebody money.
Mm-hmm.
When was the next time you gave her money?
January 20th, '98. At that time I had given her a check.
For what?
She had stated to me that she had a bill and that she didn't want her husband to know about it. And even though she had not given me that money prior to that, I went ahead and did it.
What was the $495 for, Miss Doyle?
I have no idea.
Well, Miss Doyle, you cashed this check in the amount of $495. You want to take a look at it? And before you answer my question, madam, I have compared the signature on the endorsement of that check to your signature on the answer that you filed with this court. They are the same. Now, you want to tell me what the $495 was for?
This could have been for her cookies with her daughter.
Just a second. $495 for cookies is a lot of cookies. Is that your explanation that it was $495 for cookies?
It was close to $1,000 for her cookie bill.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I never felt that she was going to mistreat my child. My daughter came home crying.
Is that right?
She came to the meeting and threatened to beat me up right there and then on Sherry's own drive.
Closed captioning, sponsored in part by Real Cases, Real People, Judge Judy. Alice Varela says her neighbor, Sherry Doyle, owes her for a loan and for discriminating against her 8-year-old daughter.
What was the next money that you gave her?
In February, she had called me telling me that her husband had kicked her out of the house and wouldn't let her have her children, and that he was also had stopped taking his medication, which they had called it the happy pill. And so I went ahead and I purchased a lot of clothing for my daughter at the garment district. She had told me that her girls had needed some clothes. Her husband doesn't give her any money. And if I told her, well, you're going to be giving me the money soon, and I'll go ahead and get it from you, because I had trusted her. She was my friend. And
did she ever give you clothes for the children?
She
that
gave me
purchased?
3 outfits, and there was 2 other ones that did not fit my other daughter. When I asked her for the receipt from it, she did not have it on her at the time.
Let me see the bills.
Okay, I only have for a dress for $25. And at the garment district, I did make it clear to her that the majority of the shops do not give receipts because it's a discount place.
Okay.
I too have shopped the garment district, and I always get receipts down there.
Mm-hmm. She bought you 3 items. You didn't give her $5. You didn't give her $10. You didn't give her $20, right? You don't know where this $495 comes from. You think maybe it comes from cookie sale, even though you endorsed it. You know nothing about the $520. I have to make a determination as to who I believe is telling the truth with regard to these things. And so far, I have. Who are you, by the way?
I'm Shirley Emerson.
Are you related to each other?
No, I'm just a friend.
But you know nothing about these loans, is that right?
I know a little bit about it, ma'am.
Well, then step up here. Tell me what you know about it.
I know that she kept taking lots and lots of cookies, and Alice was asked if she was sure she could sell them, and she didn't sell them. Way back when she kept taking them.
Give me month and year.
We start February. Back in February.
You start in February?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Well, this check was in January, so it has nothing to do with
The
cookies.
pre-sale begins in January.
You may have a pre-sale in January, but you're not going to buy $500 worth of cookies in a pre-sale. Don't be ridiculous.
She
I
bought
went through
over $1,000 worth, ma'am, and didn't sell them.
Listen to me. Just
Yes,
listen to
ma'am.
me, madam. Listen carefully.
I'm listening.
Let us assume that I believe what you say is true, that she took the cookies sometime in late January.
Right.
What you are suggesting is that she knew she wasn't going to be able to sell those cookies in January, so she wrote her a check for $500.
No.
That's
I didn't
ridiculous.
say
Sit
that.
down. Sit down.
Okay.
Good. Okay. Now we're going to get to this thing with your daughter. Your cause of action with regard to your daughter is, in essence, that because you two had a falling out, she took it out on your daughter.
Yes.
How did she take it out on your daughter?
We were involved in the Girl Scout in Sherry's troop, and we were not advised that she had rescheduled a meeting. My daughter came home telling me that she had found out that there was a meeting. I told her, well, okay, you can go, but it's best that Mommy don't go.
Because you had an argument with each other.
Yes, we had a problem, and it had nothing to do with my child. My child had enjoyed being in her troop. I never felt that she was going to mistreat my child in any way.
So she went to the troop meeting, and the defendant wouldn't let her participate.
My daughter came home crying.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you remember that incident?
Yes, I do, but she was with her daughter.
So what happened?
What had happened prior to this was San Diego. She had went ahead and had an altercation with Shirley Emerson here, and where she lunged at Shirley and was fighting on the beach in front of these 13 children. And
so you had an incident there?
I had an incident there, and we had to leave.
I had the incident there. She attacked me.
Okay. It's not important. What happened in San Diego was an incident that occurred between adults, between the two
Your Honor,
of you.
the day after things came out from the Girl Scouts about what she'd been saying to them, and then she came to the meeting after I came back from the doctors and threatened to beat me up right there and then on Sherry's own drive.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Call 1-888-800-JUDY. On the internet, judgejudy.com.
This is a court. I'm not going to be able to resolve the unfortunate incident that occurred in San Diego. That's not for me. Nor do you get compensated, Miss Varela, for your daughter not being able to attend the Girl Scout meeting. You want an additional $1,000 for discrimination against your daughter. I'm not excusing that. That has absolutely nothing to do with this lawsuit that involves money. And there was clearly a time when you were friends, and there was clearly a time when you were neighbors. Now, I say that not because of what you don't admit, which are these two major loans, but because of the fact that you asked her, or she volunteered to shop for your children when she went shopping for her own child. So that seems to me that there was a friendship there. Well, now the friendship's not there anymore. You want me to believe that since the friendship is gone because of this unfortunate incident in San Diego, she's making this up about money.
But also,
that's not the way you react when the friendship is over. You don't say you made loans to somebody. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff for the amount of $1,040. That's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
I'm just glad it's over, and I don't want nothing else to become of this. As long as she leaves me alone and leaves my children alone, I will be pleased.
She was calling the little brownies fat and stuff. I told her to lay off them, and so she got me by the neck and dragged me on the floor and started beating me up.
As for Shirley Emerson saying that I launched her, she's 200 pounds, and then look at me, I don't think so.
She lied.
She lies.
She lied pretty good.
Always tell the truth.
$22-year-old soda merchandiser Brett Mobley for half their household furnishings.
Order. All rise. Quiet in the courtroom. Now, this is case number 506 on the calendar in the matter of Hall versus Mobley. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
All right, let me see if I can simplify this case that involves washing machines, dryers, couches, television sets, home appliances, and a whole laundry list of other stuff. Miss Hall, you and Mr. Mobley met, fell in love, decided to start a joint bank account with a view towards moving in together and setting up housekeeping. So far, correct?
Yes.
And you found the apartment of your dreams, signed a one-year lease, moved into the apartment. The love affair lasted about 3.5 months. You had a fight over a refrigerator and you moved out.
Yes.
Your lawsuit says that you want half or half the value of or some of the property that's in the apartment that you helped pay for.
Right.
Mr. Mobley says that there's some stuff there that belongs to you, right?
Correct.
You'll tell me what that is. But that when you moved out, what you said to him was, I will take care of breaking the lease and pay whatever that is, $800. And you never did.
That's not true.
Okay. So first, Mr. Mobley, maybe we can simplify this whole thing. What items in the house that you have belong to her?
I have a list. She sent me a letter establishing a basis of what we had. And I took the letter and I marked off in blue ink what items I have receipts for, which are mine. Everything else on the list would be something that we had purchased jointly. If you would like to take a look at this.
Boy, I would. I would not, but I will. Now, you have little lines next to some of these things.
Those are the things I have receipts for, which are mine, which I bought.
I'm not sure exactly what he marked off, but I have several receipts too. And the only reason he has those receipts is because I ended up leaving them in the apartment, and I was supposed to return and get those back from him. Those are the only reason. And I paid for half of everything.
Washer and dryer?
Yes.
Living room table and chairs?
Yes, I have receipts for those as well.
Analon pots and pans? I never go into a kitchen, so what is Analon pots and pans?
It's a professional pots and pans. Like,
mine are 20 years old and brand new. Well, let me go through some of these things. It looks like the big items, sir, you say that you paid for.
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Panasonic VCR, Sony 32-inch television set. What you say she bought together was a Pyrex set for $20?
No.
Tupperware set for $20?
Yes.
Plastic blue chip bowls, $10.
I didn't write the list.
No, I have receipts if you'd like to take a look at those of what we split everything. I didn't pay, you know, we split half and half. He didn't
How
pay
much
for
was
it.
in the joint account to begin with?
I would say around $5,000. We also had spent money out of our own personal accounts buying, like I said, the pots and pans and all the kitchen utensils and stuff like that.
Okay. And you have everything in the house?
Yes.
Is that right?
She had left 3 weeks, left the house after she told me, and then I had to move. Obviously, I had to find a place to live. I had made several attempts to contact her and trying to be the nice person and say, look, come and get the rest of your things. When I left,
Now, what are the rest of her things?
She had left a box full of mementos, some books, some stuffed animals.
Well, what about all the
like
stuff that she contributed to paying for?
Well, after she told me that I could have everything, I was trying to be nice. I tried to make several attempts to
Why
contact
would she tell
her.
you you could have everything?
I don't know. Ask her. When she got mad on that Saturday when we were bickering over the price of the refrigerator. She said, I've had enough. I'm going down to break the lease.
I'm just curious. Please tell me. Tell me about the argument over the refrigerator. Just because I'm a gossip.
It was just the cost of the refrigerator, which we had gotten from my parents.
We were trying to split things up, so we were saying, okay, this is what I, you know, if we were going to buy the other half from, this is what I spent and this is what you spent. And I said that we spent more and he said that we spent less, of course. And so we had a little argument over that.
Well, why would she say that you can keep everything? Unless she was just really angry.
Exactly.
So she didn't mean it.
She got mad. She told me I could have everything. She went down to the leasing office that day. She broke the lease. She left 1 day later. She left, took all of her personal belongings and left me at the house.
All right. How much out of pocket, sir, did you have because the lease was broken?
I had out of pocket
Yeah.
$430.
Okay.
I have a receipt of that.
And how much is the total cost of breaking the lease?
I believe it was $860.
So they're still going to go against her for the other $430.
Well, she told me that she would pay for the entire amount to break the lease, and then she called me 2 weeks.
Just a second. Mr. Mobley,
Yes.
why would she tell you she'll pay the entire cost of breaking the lease?
Because she wanted out, just like she told me she'd give me the refrigerator.
No, Mr. Mobley, listen to me very carefully, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody always has to do the saying of the words, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody has to say that. Now, I gather that the two of you were not getting along. This didn't just come up for a second,
Right.
right? So then what you do is you split things equitably.
Mm-hmm.
So you had no out-of-pocket expenses that I can allocate to her for breaking the lease because you only paid for half of breaking the lease.
Well, after she gave me her verbal word that she would pay to break the lease, then I could have.
Why would she pay the whole thing, Mr. Mobley?
Ask her. She told me.
Well, then she was dumb. For the moment, and angry, and hurt, or whatever else it is. But you can give me no logical reason why she would say and mean, I'm going to pay the whole thing for breaking the lease, and I'm going to let you have all the property that we purchased together, just because.
She wanted to leave. She wanted out.
And what about you? Shh. What about you?
What about me?
Yeah, you wanted to stay with it.
Yes, I still love her.
So you wanted to stay with it,
With
even
her?
though You weren't getting along in this trial?
Yes.
Well, then you better make an appointment with a therapist next week.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I didn't necessarily purchase it from the money that we've been putting together.
Well, show me that you purchased it with your own money.
There's the receipt right there. That's the only proof I would have, wouldn't it be?
Wouldn't it be? Hard enough.
And later today,
What kind of work do you do, sir?
I'm a loan officer.
A loan officer? You can't even look at me without smiling, Mr. Zaslav. That's a real problem.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Jennifer Hall claims former live-in lover Brett Mobley owes half their household furnishings after they split up.
Let me see your receipts.
And this is the receipt. What they did is they took our lease deposit and split it in half, and then they made us pay the difference each for the lease deposit. And here's the receipt for the half of the difference on the lease deposit.
Well, here's a receipt for $700, sir, for chairs and a round table. It's in the name of both of you.
If you notice, it says Mobley on the top. That's just who they knew who to call.
No, I'm
It says
sorry.
Jennifer and Brett. That is the two of you, isn't it?
Yes.
Together, yeah.
Good. Here's one that has $225 that has no name.
It's for the VCR.
We purchased that together.
This has no name on it. So who got the bills first? This one says Brett Mobley. This is pantry.
Those are the Analon pots and pans you were talking about.
Oh, pots and pans you bought for yourself?
No.
Yes. I like to cook. I did all the cooking in the house.
That's not true. He put the pots and pans on his credit card, and right after he did that, I paid him the other half.
When did you move into this apartment together?
On June 11th of '98.
Good. Well, here's the washer and dryer that you purchased together in July.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right after you moved in.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to believe, sir, that you bought this yourself?
We purchased that previous to moving in.
No,
7798.
No, we didn't.
7798.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to believe you bought a washer and dryer all by yourself? Without her contribution from the monies that you've been putting together?
I didn't necessarily purchase it from the money that we'd been putting together.
Well, show me that you purchased it with your own money.
There's the receipt right there. That's the only proof I would have, wouldn't it be?
I actually
Wouldn't it
ended up
be?
paying for that.
Hard enough. Mr. Mobley.
Yes.
You have to do what's reasonable and fair. What's reasonable and fair is each of you contributed an amount probably well in excess of $5,000 towards the property that you have, that you currently have the use of, that's in your home. You broke up. It may have been her decision to break up, but if this relationship wasn't going in the right direction, it's much better to do it now than to do it later. You want her to pay for that. That's ridiculous. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of half, $5,000, $2,500. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I just think Judge Judy made the decision in her best knowledge. She wasn't there to examine the situation or be there during the situation. And she made a decision based on, what she felt was right.
I'm very happy with the decision she made. I'm just glad it's over with, and just excited about moving on with my life and not seeing him again.
And now the next case.
All parties on Evans versus Zaslav. Step forward, please.
24-year-old bank manager Marie Evans claims former live-in lover, 30-year-old loan processor Mark Zaslav owes her for a jacuzzi and their pet Labrador.
Miss Evans, according to your complaint, you and the defendant had been involved and had lived together for a while. How long had you lived together?
About 2.5 years.
And when was that?
From about June of '94 to October of '96.
And you separated, and you claim that there were some things that you purchased together.
Mm-hmm.
A jacuzzi.
Yes.
That was very expensive.
Yes, about $4,000.
And a dog.
Mm-hmm.
You say that he agreed to pay you $1,000. Is that right?
Yes.
In consideration of him keeping the jacuzzi and the dog.
Yes.
What kind of a dog?
It's a black Labrador.
And he hasn't paid.
Correct.
So the first thing I want to see is this written agreement. Who has it?
I do.
Okay.
Your Honor, I haven't seen that note myself since I wrote it. If I can take a look at it again.
Sure.
Thank you.
I also have the other letter that he sent, which is part of the complaint, was that he decided he was going to only send me $400 and bill me for the dog food and medical expenses, so that would be this one.
Let me see that. So do you recall sending that letter to her, Mr. Zaslav?
Yes, I did send this letter.
Okay. Can I have it back, please?
And you'll note that in this letter I requested something from her.
Uh-huh. So you sent her this letter in October of '97 saying, I acknowledge that I owe you $1,000. Because that's in fact what this says. But before I pay you the $1,000, I need a letter from you stating that after I send you the $1,000, we're going to be even Steven, right?
That is correct.
So you're saying you never got a letter from her
That is correct.
saying that you would be even.
That is correct.
Did you ever send him such a letter?
No, actually I did not, because if you read the letter, the email that was sent, it says, I will be making receipt of this letter a condition of my contract to pay you $1,000 for the dog payable on or before April 30th.
I read it.
It says this letter. You know, it could be interpreted as this letter that I've received or this letter you want from me. And we'd also had prior
Just a
to
second.
this-
So what you are
That's a
saying
big
is
technicality.
you want me to interpret it sort of like it depends upon what is.
Correct. But before this, we'd had a verbal agreement on the phone. We
Anybody
talked about
understand that
it.
except me?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Okay, later on when I got to thinking about it, I went through my backup of my bills that I paid and what I didn't pay, and I learned that I actually did pay for the spa lock, stock, and barrel, and I did pay for the dog lock, stock, and barrel. I actually owed her nothing.
Closed captioning, sponsored in part by Real Cases, Real People, Judge Judy. Marie Evans wants former live-in lover, Mark Zasloff, to pay her for a jacuzzi and their pet Labrador.
So you never responded to this?
Honestly, when I read it, I was really upset because, as I stated in my letter, it was due October 31st, and I left the messages at home and work, and this was of 1997.
So you were angry?
And let me finish, please. I hadn't interpreted the letter. When I read it, it said, okay, I'm going to send you $1,000. That was the last line that I read. That's what I saw. I was upset. I threw it back, in my planner, went on about my day, and I honestly did not thoroughly read it for the first time.
Well,
until
you're
about
supposed to,
years
Miss
to read
Evans,
it.
you're supposed to thoroughly read something like this. It says, please forward me a letter stating you have no interest in the spa or any other items left behind, and I will be making the receipt of this letter a condition of my contract to pay you $1,000. All right. But then later on, sir, you're not off the hook, Mr. Zaslav. You understand that?
Yes, I did.
All right. Then after that, you decided that a year later, you've been feeding the dog, you've been taking care of the dog's vet bills, a dog that you have that I assume you want and that you enjoy, right?
That's correct.
And you want to deduct from what you owed her the expenses that you had for the dog that is now yours.
But at the time, however, it was legally hers, as per an agreement that we had.
Mr. Zaslav, let me tell you this. This is not a contract. This is not a contract. But this, Mr. Zaslav, is in fact an acknowledgement on your part that you owe her money. Because your defense is, oh, you have several. You have, A, you made a condition precedent to giving her back the money that she remove items she had in your house.
That's correct.
That doesn't say that here. Show me a writing where you say, I'm also making a condition precedent to my
Okay.
giving you
Yes, you are
$1,000
correct.
that you remove the stuff from my house. Do you have that?
No, I do not.
So forget that defense. All right. Strike defense number one. Then you say in your defense that she declared bankruptcy in March of 1998 and the $1,000 debt was not listed as an asset.
I was not informed of the bankruptcy, so I'm assuming that I was not listed on that bankruptcy as owing her any money.
What does that have to do with the fact that you owed her the money?
Well, I would assume with any bankruptcy that you have to just declare your assets and your liabilities in order for them to release that.
Right now you're a dead asset in March of 98 because she hadn't gotten anything from you. she had a hope of maybe getting something from you, but other than that, she had nothing.
And I was expecting a letter from her, and I received nothing.
Okay. You further acknowledge, sir, your debt to her with the second letter. You acknowledge the debt because you say, I acknowledge the debt of $1,000, but I'm taking off the 19 months that I took care of the dog. So not only did you acknowledge it in 1997, but you acknowledged the debt in 1998. And while this is not a contract, it is a clear indication of your state of mind that you owed her money.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Call 1-888-800-JUDY. On the internet, judgejudy.com.
So let's hear about the rest of your defenses before I rule on this case.
Okay, later on when I got to thinking about it, I went through my backup of my bills that I paid and what I didn't pay, and I learned that I actually did pay for the spa lock, stock, and barrel, and I did pay for the dog lock, stock, and barrel. I actually owed her nothing. I have the actual receipt here of the purchase of the spa. $2,000 was put down payment. I have the 2 credit card receipts. Marie Evans did have a loan that she did get on the spa. However, after 3 months of payment on the loan, she was unable to make the obligation, which time I took out a cash advance on a credit card, and more here, and paid off the rest of her debt on that, which went onto my credit card.
Now, sir, when did you make these revelations without going through all of this
Well,
stuff?
about a month ago after I received the suit.
You had 2 years.
Just a second.
Yes, I did.
All right, Mr. Zaslav, I'm going to make this very, very easy. What kind of work do you do, sir?
I'm a loan officer.
A loan officer? You can't even look at me without smiling, Mr. Zaslav. That's a real problem.
Okay.
You have a letter written in October of 1997. A letter written, I am sure, after some reflection, that you acknowledge a debt of $1,000. And a year later, 1998, you again acknowledge that you owe her $1,000. But at that time, you decide, well, I'm going to go through all of my bills and figure out exactly how much I paid for the dog. Now, Mr. Zaslav, it's not nice to try to fool Mother Nature. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,000, that's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
I basically wanted a letter from her stating that she would not come back and sue me. And not getting the letter, I didn't send the payment.
I'm kind of glad it ended this way. We don't have to deal with it anymore, and it's just over.
Broker David Ibrahim claims he gave 38-year-old computer technician Brigitta Smith $5,000 for a car. Then she took the car back. Brigitta claims David only made a partial payment, so she repossessed it.
All rise. Quiet in the courtroom. Yeah, this is case number 447 on the calendar in the matter of Ibrahim versus Smith. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat, please.
Mr. Ibrahim, did you know the defendant before you bought this car from her?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
How did you know her?
We met through mutual friends.
You didn't have a social relationship.
No, we did not.
And there came a point about a year ago when you needed a car, she had a car, you wanted to buy her car. Is that right?
Yes. I had purchased a car from her before this, about a year before this. So,
What'd you do with the car you purchased before?
I had sold it, resold it.
Did you make money?
I made a little bit of money.
So you must have bought it at a good price.
Yeah, I had a reasonable price. That's why I had every reason to trust her.
This isn't your business, is it, selling cars?
Oh, no.
Okay. So what kind of car did you buy from her?
I bought a 1991 Nissan Pathfinder.
And what was the agreed upon price?
Well, we agreed upon what her exact words were. Whatever you can give me, $5,000 or $6,000 were her exact words.
Very untrue.
I never heard that.
Whatever
If I could,
you can give me.
Your Honor, if I could
Do
walk
I have
you,
stupid on mine?
if I could walk you through this and explain this is a very complex case. And,
No. This is not complex. This is very simple. You say you bought a car from her for, I don't know, whatever you can afford, like between $5,000 and $6,000. She says she sold you a car for $8,700?
No, $8,500.
$8,500. How long did he have the car?
He had it between February and April.
February, March, and April, he had
Correct.
the car. And he gave you, according to you, $1,500.
That's correct.
You said you paid her almost as much as you were supposed to pay her, and then she came and repossessed the car. That's this case. That is not complex, sir. That's very simple. So you said you paid for a car. She came and repossessed it. And you don't understand how she could repossess the car. So all you have to do is show me proof of how much money you paid for this car.
Okay. First, I have on February 11th, I gave her approximately $2,500.
Let me see proof of that, sir.
I did not get a signed receipt from her because I trusted her. What I do have here is a Western Union because before I was going to give her the money, I wanted to ensure that I was going to get the title to the car. So we Western Union the balance of what she owed on the car, $1,544. I have a Western Union receipt here. And I also have a witness to the fact that I handed her, in her hand, $2,500. The balance of
$2,500 additional over and above this?
No, that was the initial installment, the first payment. That's when we entered into the agreement.
Okay, just one second. Okay, and you acknowledge that he gave you $1,544.
Yes, ma'am.
But you say that that is the only money you ever received from him towards this car.
That's correct.
Okay, so now I'll hear your witness to the additional monies.
Okay.
Hi,
Is the witness been sworn?
Yes, ma'am.
Your last name, sir?
Moore.
Mr. Moore, I want to direct your attention back to February 11th of this year. Were you present when there was a transfer of money?
Yes, ma'am.
Where did that take place?
It took place in front of a check cashing facility in Pacific Beach, California, down in San Diego. David agreed to buy the car. He didn't have the full amount in cash to give her for the automobile, so he gave her $2,500, and the agreement was that they would immediately bank wire
All I'm talking about is cash.
$2,500 and $100 bills.
That's what you saw.
That's what I saw with my own two eyes.
I don't even know you.
Now, when you saw him hand her the $2,500 in cash, had he gone into the check cashing place to get that money?
The transaction was at the check cashing place. He gave her the money. She had to pay off the lien that was held on the car from Nissan Motor Acceptance. And that's it. We left from there. David took possession of the automobile.
You saw her go into the check cashing place.
I was with her.
Well, tell me exactly what you saw.
I saw her walk up to the counter, fill out an electronic a payment slip to Nissan Motor Acceptance, and hand the cashier the cash. I actually wanted to buy the car. It was a good deal.
How do you know him?
He works for me.
What kind of business are you in?
Lending.
And what were you doing with him on that day?
He had, well, we talk often, and David had called me and told me the situation. I come over to his house often, and I personally had met her maybe once or twice before, but
I've never seen you.
Shh, 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 shh.
That's a lie.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Now, you're in the lending business, did you? And this is a friend of yours. Did you tell him to get a receipt?
The issue did not arise because he had previously purchased a car from Mrs. Smith.
So he trusted her. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am.
But so far, he hasn't paid what they agreed on, because so far I haven't heard that there was a contract, because between $5,000 and $6,000 for your car isn't a contract.
She was desperate.
Just a second. Between $5,000 and $6,000 for your car is not a contract. Did you ever go in to buy a car?
Yes, ma'am.
Did they ever say to you this car is going to be between $30,000 and $35,000?
Well, they usually say it's about $31,000, but by the time you get out the lot with the car, it's usually about $41,000.
But by the time you walk out with that car, you know exactly how much it's going to cost, right?
If you can read the fine print.
No. Well, if you're not a moron, you know exactly how much it's going to be by the time you leave the car. Your friend over here left with the car, according to him, without any idea of how much this car was going to cost him.
Well, I think you need to ask yourself, why would he pay off the note on the car and take possession of the car? Why would she willingly give him the car?
I have to ask myself that?
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Maybe I should be quiet now.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Why don't you have a seat?
I'll have a seat.
I can answer that question for you.
Okay.
Okay, this is what occurred on that same day. I went to the Department of Motor Vehicles to initiate the transaction, and I wanted the DMV to be notified that that there was going to be a change of ownership. So
You mean the Department of Motor Vehicles wants to know if sometime in the future there's going to be a change of ownership?
Well, when I'm driving the car, yeah, they do.
I never knew that. That they like they're sort of sending you an engagement announcement.
I think he's making it up as he goes along.
What has to occur? Well, what has to occur when you enter into a contract like that and you purchase a vehicle is that you need to let them know that you're going to be purchasing a vehicle, especially if it's you're buying it from a private party.
I just find that sort of interesting. You know, I mean, I really didn't know that they were interested in unconsummated transactions.
Right. Well, anyway, what occurred on that day was I was detained at the Department of Motor Vehicles. I was put in the back room, and eventually I was handcuffed for trying to register that vehicle because I guess Miss Brigetta Smith was involved in some burglaries in that vehicle. So I was detained, I was handcuffed, and thrown in the back room and questioned. And I waited there until the detective arrived and questioned me.
So you were trying to register this car?
Yeah, I was trying to initiate the process.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
First of all, this is a lovely receipt. I mean, even he can't keep a straight face. You're a loan processor.
Right.
He's in business. You deal with people signing contracts all the time. And here, you make out a receipt to yourself. I mean, you got to be penalized for dumb.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. David Ibrahim wants the car he bought from Brigetta Smith returned. Brigetta says David didn't make the full payment, so she repossessed it.
Now, let us assume, I believe what you tell me. Let us assume that you gave her $2,500.
Right.
Show me proof of the rest.
Okay, I have to explain the scenario to you so that you can understand. After I'd gotten the pink slip, I guess Miss Brigetta Smith was arrested. Well, while she was in jail, out of good faith, and I felt financially obligated still at this point, I put money on her books while she was in jail.
On her books?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Because she was in jail, she needed money to spend for personal items, toothpaste, so on and so forth. So while she was in jail, I continued to give her money. I put money on her books. I have receipts of that here. I'm just trying to prove to you that I was still obligated to her financially, and I felt that I did owe her more money. So I continued to
$30.
Yeah.
$30.
And then there's a...
Shh. $30. $90. Do you know what this is for?
No, I don't.
Think hard.
What?
These are made out to you.
Okay. Yes, I was incarcerated.
For what?
For receiving stolen property.
What kind of stolen property?
Antiques and collectibles.
How long were you in jail?
2 months.
And this $30 was for toothpaste. Let me see your teeth.
Yeah, I guess.
$90 worth of toothpaste.
A lot of toothpaste.
All right. Show me proof of money for the car.
Okay,
Car.
I've got more. Just
get to it.
Okay, I'll
you know,
get
I
to
got
it.
other cases
okay,
to try today.
when Brigetta got out of jail, she contacted me. And
No, just a second.
Okay.
Mr. Ibrahim.
Yes.
You showed me this.
Correct.
You showed me him.
Yes.
Show me the rest.
Okay. I have a receipt here. She asked me to drop $1,500 off at the liquor store, which we had mutual friends at. It's Mission Bay Liquor. I dropped the $1,500 off with a William there, and we wrote a written receipt on the back of a cardboard box there. With respect to the court, that is the only receipt that I have for that. I borrowed that money from my employer because I didn't have sufficient funds to to offer Miss Brigetta Smith at the time.
Who is this person?
I do not know. I have never seen that before, and he did not give me $1,500.
Are you in business?
No, I'm a loan processor. I'm not in.
So you process loans.
Yeah.
So you're in the business of paperwork, right? Paperwork.
Yes, I am.
Let me. First of all, this is a lovely receipt. Lovely receipt.
What?
Now look, this isn't even signed by him. Let me tell you what this says. This says, I, David Ibrahim, that's you,
Yes.
gave William,
Yes.
right, the sum of $1,500 for payment to Brigitte Smith on April 27th, and you signed it.
Yes. And
this is what you're giving to me.
with all due respect, for your wisdom, ma'am.
Order.
I mean, even he can't keep a straight face. You're a loan processor.
Right.
He's in business. You deal with people signing contracts all the time. And here, you make out a receipt to yourself. This is what you did. You made out a receipt to yourself.
Well, I didn't sign
You
William's
made
name
out
to
the receipt to yourself.
Right.
I mean, you got to be penalized for dumb.
That's a fact. I was
You
dumb.
got to be penalized for dumb.
I was
She
definitely
says she
dumb
never
doing
got the
business
money.
with
Listen,
with Miss
you
Smith.
got to be penalized for dumb because she says she never got the money. And based on this proof, I can't find that she did.
Correct.
This is a receipt you wrote for yourself. I could sit here and say, this day, what is it? I gave Petrie Bird, right over here, $25,000.
Right.
Signed, Judy Scheindlin.
I didn't sign his name on that. He signed his name on that.
There is a line.
Correct.
His name is inserted in the line. The statement is you, sir. I, David Ibrahim, gave William the sum of $1,500.
I know. I didn't look at it until I got out of the store.
You're a loan processor.
Correct.
Give me a break. I'm sorry.
Anyway.
Sorry, Bert.
Your Honor.
All right.
Your Honor, I was forwarded that $1,500 from my employer, and I did give the money. I did leave the money at the liquor store, and Brigetta did call me and inform me that she had received the money, and I had every reason to trust her and no reason not to trust her.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Did you sign the pink slip?
Apparently so, but it was misrepresented to me. I remember pink slips being pink, not multicolored forms.
Oh, I think that you two people deserve each other.
Closed captioning, sponsored in part by Real Cases, Real People, Judge Judy. David Ibrahim claims he gave $5,000 to Brigetta Smith for a car, but she repossessed it. He wants the money or the car back.
Listen to me. You went to try to have the car registered. You got arrested. You got arrested, you said, because she was doing some illegal stuff. You were handcuffed and detained for all those bad things. Then you give her $30 while she's in jail, 3 different months, and you still felt that you could trust her?
Well, financially,
and you just a second, is that what you're telling me, Mr. Loan Processor, that you still felt that you could trust her after giving her toothpaste money
for the financial dealings that we had with each other? Yeah, I felt I could trust her. And now I realize that I can't trust her.
All right. What other money do you claim to have given her, sir?
On, let's see here, I believe it was on April 30th, I received a phone call from her, and there were some headrests missing from the vehicle. I went to go meet Brigetta Smith at the storage facility where she said that the headrests were. On that day, I gave her $100, and also, at that point, I'd already given her $4,000, and I still feel an obligation towards her to give her more money. So
well, she says that you agreed to buy the car for $8,500. You say it was between $5,000 and $6,000. Of course, you still owed her money, so you didn't feel an obligation. You still owed her money.
Correct. And I don't dispute that.
So let's go. Let me hear the rest of the money.
So I gave her $100 at that point, and that is the day she signed the pink slip.
Let me see it.
That was on April 30th of 1998. I guess at that point she felt that I had paid her enough
Don't tell me
money.
what she felt. Did you sign the pink slip?
Apparently so, but it was misrepresented to me. I remember pink slips being pink, not multicolored forms. He gave it to me saying that he needed the odometer or the odometer statement signed and filled out so that he could get it registered. He promised to get me.
Are you literate?
Am I illiterate? No.
Literate?
Literate, yes, I am.
I certify under penalty of perjury, under the laws of the state of California, that the signature below releases interest in the vehicle and certifies to the truth and accuracy of the mileage. Releases interest in the vehicle. That's what it says. It's clear.
Your Honor, you're absolutely
it says
right. I know
title,
that now.
California title. So you signed the title.
It was not given to me that way. Here, I have the actual title.
Just a second.
It's folded like this.
And that's exactly what it says here. I certify under penalties of perjury right above.
He gave it to me. Here, just sign here. Here's the odometer reading. He had that filled in. I just glanced at it, signed it.
Oh, I think that you two people deserve each other.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Call 1-888-800-JUDY. On the internet, judgejudy.com.
Sir, you're a hustler. She's a hustler. You try to hustle her on the price of this car. You try to get this car for $4,000, if I believe everything that you say. If I believe everything that you say. And now you had the car 3 months and you still didn't pay for it. And I don't believe her, period, because she has that passive aggressiveness. I believe that she got your initial $2,500, sir. There's no question in my mind she got your initial $2,500. I believe that. You can't prove to me the 15. You may have given it, you may not have given it, and if you gave it, and that's the kind of receipt you got, and that's the kind of business you're in, you'll never do it again. It was an expensive lesson, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, A, Mr. Abraham, you did not pay even the price that you say you agreed upon with the defendant, which I am taking it $6,000, not your between 5 and 6. She says that the agreed upon price was $8,500. Even he says he wanted to buy the car because it was a pretty good deal. Was it a pretty good deal for $8,500? Sir?
No,
It's a pretty good deal for $6,000.
It had a broken out.
Shut up! It was a pretty good deal for $6,000?
Yeah, I'd say so.
All right.
I'd say
So even according to you and according to your friend over here, the car maven, it was worth at least $6,000. You didn't pay the $6,000 after 3 months. She was entitled to repossess her car.
She didn't allow me to. She was incarcerated at that point.
So send her checking in jail. She got her toothpaste money. Judgment is for the plaintiff for the amount of $2,500. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
It was a joke. He shouldn't have gotten the $2,500. He shouldn't have gotten anything.
Well, I knew that she was in a hurry to sell the vehicle because she needed to get out of town fast, running away from the police. They should have thrown her in jail and threw away the key.
Darby Conley owes her for loans during their relationship. Darby is countersuing Anjanette for kicking his car.
Order. All rise.
That's an interesting shirt.
Well, thank you.
Did you get that specially for court?
No.
Your Honor, this is case number 552 on the calendar in the matter of Perez versus Conley. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated, ma'am. Gentlemen, have seats.
Should get my sunglasses. Ms. Perez, according to your complaint, you dated the defendant, he says, for about 3 years. Is that right, sir?
It was about 2 years. A little over 2 years.
Okay. During that time, he asked you for a loan. You went to your credit union, you took out a loan for $1,000?
$1,500.
$1,500. She did make a loan to you in the amount of $1,500.
It's $1,000.
I have the paperwork here.
Let me see it, please. What was the loan for, Miss Perez?
The place he was living in got sold, and he moved back home, and he just needed money for bills, car payment, insurance, money owed to his parents.
This was in March of 1998.
Correct.
Does that sound familiar, sir?
Yes.
Okay. According to your complaint, you broke up. He was to pay $50 a month until the loan was paid off. Was that the arrangement?
It's actually payments of $51.26, and that would include the interest with a total of $18.45.32.
Okay, let me see what you have.
These papers were drawn up by the person doing the loan,
because we wanted it broken down into what his payments were going to be.
To cover both the principal and the interest.
Correct.
Did he make any of these payments?
No.
Why not?
Because we broke up, and when we broke up, she was real bitter about everything, and she came over to my house and kicked the sides of my car in, causing extensive damage to my car, and therefore I didn't feel that. I mean, for one thing, I didn't want to see her.
Well, when did you break up?
It was in the end of March.
So right after you got this money, you broke up?
Shortly after, yeah.
No, that's not what happened.
Go ahead.
Easter Sunday was when he told me we were breaking up. We tried to work things out for 2 weeks following, so it was May when we broke up. And we discussed how I was going to get paid, and he agreed that his mom would pay me. And I have a letter here from his mom. She sent me a check for $600. She knew that he owed me money and that he owed my sister money for an entertainment center that he never paid my sister for as well, $100. So she sent me $600, $100 for my sister, and $500 for me, and that would be enough money if he was making the minimum payments for a year. Then she states in the letter that she would collect the money.
I see.
Okay.
It says here that she talked it over with her son, and he has agreed to pay me for you.
Correct.
I'm sending you this money, $600. The $100 was for the entertainment center. This will take care of almost a year of, I assume, almost a year of payments. I'll send you the rest after I collect it from Darby. I sincerely hope this helps you. I wish you only the best. So your mother took care of $500 for you.
Yes.
Now, was that before or after she allegedly kicked your car?
This was before.
So your mother sent her the money before
Yes.
she kicked your car.
Yes.
And when did you get this $500? In what month?
June, July, around the end of June.
It was at the beginning of May. I have the checks stub right here.
Okay, let me see.
It was May 8th.
Your Honor, may I please speak?
About what?
I'm Rose, and I'm his fiance.
No,
and
I don't need you for anything. Sit down.
Order.
Don't let her get away with that.
Okay. May 8th is when the check is dated, and it was deposited on May 12th.
Okay.
Okay?
I didn't have the stub.
Okay. Okay.
This
That
was an
still
arrangement that her and my mother had made over the phone. I didn't tell my mother to pay her the money.
Oh, well, it was nice of her to
That's
pay you.
negative, Your Honor. We
Shush.
discussed that.
It was nice if it was nice of your mother to pay
Yes, it was.
a third off of the loan, right?
Yes.
Because she still got the loan plus interest, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, when did she allegedly cause this damage to your car?
It was in, let me see, it was during the breakup at the beginning of, let me see, March, April, the end of April, beginning of May.
You mean during the breakup?
Yeah.
Well, tell me what happened, sir, because that's your counterclaim.
She had called me. I had some property of hers. It was a coffee table and a tennis racket, and she called me and wanted her property. Said she'd be by at 9 o'clock at night to get it, and I said, I'll leave it in the garage, and I'll leave the light on. I didn't want to sit out in the street because, I didn't want anybody to take the stuff. So she shows up about 11. She was drunk. She came in, out to the car. She had two guys with her. They pulled up in front of my house in a truck. I think the guys came out and put the table and the tennis racket in the back of the truck. She came out and started kicking my car. My alarm makes a warning sound if you nudge it or bump it like that before it goes off, the sensitivity. And I heard that going off, making the warning sounds. And then I ran outside, and when I ran out, I saw her kick it once and then run off into the truck. There was a guy coming out of the truck, saw me, and they all three ran, got in the truck, and they peeled away, and there was footprints